welcome to our last tech event for the year 2025. And it's been such a wonderful year. So let's try to introduce ourselves, like I said in the chat box, our names, the city we are joining from, and what we do currently. So we've got Charles, based in Mansfield, the support worker. Preeti, data analyst, joined from India. Welcome, Preeti. Simeon from Birmingham, a care worker. Latifa Jima from Hull. I currently work as a learning support assistant, currently pursuing a career in software engineering. Okay, we've got Jerry, life in Salisbury, a work coach with DWP. Caroline works in London, a care coordinator. Kelechi from London, student at the moment. Elo Chuku from Nigeria, computer science. So let's get started. A little bit about RKY Group. So RKY Group is a group of companies that are committed to creating opportunities for underrepresented professionals and communities. Our portfolio includes RKY Careers, which is the host of today's event. We've got Apply Body. So Apply Body, which is a company that helps people apply to jobs. We've got Limitless and Thriving Podcast, Limitless Without Borders, which is our annual event as well. RKY Business, of where we coach, and support entrepreneurs or aspiring founders who want to turn their idea to successful business. We've got the RKY Digital Solutions as well, where we help people build websites, apps, and manage their IT projects. So a little bit more about RKY Careers, which is the host of today's event. RKY Careers is a multi-award winning edtech company that empowers professionals, international students to excel in the competitive global market and secure their dream jobs. Our strategy is through our practical experience-focused boot camps, where we equip students with the work experience they need to scale interviews and also be able to do the job. We have about 2,500 success stories today, December 2026, of people who have passed through our boot camps and are hired into their desired roles. Some of these people are also, people who transition from either health and care, customer service admin, or whatever, role they were leaving to add tech to what they already have and then get their desired jobs. We've actually been recognized, and we still keep getting recognized every day for, the impactful work we are doing and how we are supporting professionals and business owners in the industry. Some of our awards include Top 25, changing the face of education from as far back as 2022 down to, being a finalist in the Black British Business Awards in 2025. A little bit about myself. I'm Rukayat Alabi, and I'm the founder and CEO of RKY Group, which includes all the companies I've spoken about earlier. I've also been recognized globally for, the work that I'm doing with each and every of these companies as well. I'm also an author of Limitless and Thriving, which is a practical guide for professionals and founders navigating change, transitions, and new beginnings. And yeah, basically, personally, my whole journey and my purpose is to ensure that, I not only rise, but I bring others with me as much, and we all don't settle for less and live fulfilling lives. So our trainings and services that we currently run, we've got data analysis and business intelligence, project management and business analysis, Microsoft Excel and PowerPoint, Scrum Master, product owner, product manager, digital marketing, compliance, KYC, and we have a lot more that we are unveiling in the coming year. In addition to this training, we also have short courses in cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, which are good add-ons, most of which were provided for free, to all our students as extra certifications to help them stand out in the job markets this year. However, next year, we might also still have them for free, or but those are part of our services. We also have standalone services for people who might already have experience, or who just want to change jobs or have been made redundant or want to reposition themselves in the job market. And these services include CV optimization, career advisory, interview prep, LinkedIn optimization, and business coaching. And you notice that most of the courses I listed there, like they are like 2 in 1, and that's because we know that the job markets wants you to bring extra to the table. And even from the sets go in the boot camp, you're already being prepared for 2 in 1 opportunities, which you will be 100% ready for by the time you're done with the boot camp. Now, let's talk about what we need to thrive in 2026. Thriving in 2026 with all the landscape and, industry policies and everything is still shifting back to tech. Tech is still the key to thrive in 2026. And when I say tech, I don't mean job titles. I don't mean software engineering or even like any particular job title within tech, but it's about the skill sets. So I need us to look at tech beyond even just job titles, but rather skill sets, innate skill sets that we are picking up. So you could still be, even in your current job title, you could still maintain it, but you are bringing tech, and your ability to bring tech skills, automation, digital transformation into the mix would make you a standout candidate, even if you are not trying to change your jobs. So tech is still the key, because when we look at AI still falls under tech. Look at 2020. I don't remember the exact year AI disrupted the market. But imagine if you did not adapt with that change, or if you were not ready for that change, how would you be able to cope? Going into 2026, more of those disruptions are going to happen. And guess what? Our ability to still stand out and position ourselves still lies in tech skills. Right. So technology continues to shape every sector, and in 2026, the demand will shift towards people who can demonstrate real experience. Because guess what? AI has made a lot of people to be able to do a lot of things that they were not able to do previously. With AI, people can present themselves to be anything. They can read theory. AI can tell you everything you need to know. Now is the ability to remember it and ability to actually demonstrate real experience that will make you stand out. Because now everybody can read and talk about software engineering. I can use AI now. If I have an interview tomorrow to prepare for software engineering interview, and I will say the right things at that interview. But when it gets to the technical stage of the interview and they give me language to start programming, how do you think I'll perform? Hey guys, how do you think I'll perform if I just used AI? Okay, so before we go too far, I really want this session to be interactive. I want it to be interactive. I don't want to just hear myself speak. This is the last one for the year. By next week, we close for the year, and we'll all be by ourselves. That's for us as RKY careers. And I know that for you all as well, we are all entering into that season of, celebration or whatever it is that it may look like for you. So we are here, we might as well give it our best. Let's contribute, let's engage, let's ask questions, because that's how we can get the best out of it, really. Okay, so thanks to Chika for contributing. It said very badly, I would not be able to perform and prove my ability to do the work, because guess what? I don't have the skills. I've just managed to use AI to prepare for the interview. So real experience, and guess what? The market knows this. Employers know this. Recruiters know that AI has made things very easy for people, which is why they'll be going deeper to test real experience. Real experience is what they need from people. And when we say real experience, we don't mean scratch the surface experience, like deep experience that is demonstratable. So ability to also solve business problems and adapt quickly. And adapt quickly. And that adapting quickly is very key. That adapting quickly is very key. A lot is changing. Even companies are changing the way they implement projects. They're changing the way they do things because the market has shifted. And your ability to change as well alongside this and even drive this change is what would make you stand out. Because as things are changing, companies and employers want to employ people that have multiple skills that can adapt regardless of the tool they decide to change or switch from, and ability to accept change when it comes. So what makes tech roles stand out is not just the skill itself, but the impact that those skills create. So whether you're analyzing data or leading digital projects or even improving processes or managing compliance, your skills are very relevant. So companies in every industry are relying more on digital tools, automation, data, and structured delivery. Gone are the days when a company can say, I choose not to use tech, I want to still do manual. But the gap between those that are doing manual and those that are leveraging tech and AI is getting wider. So it's either you adapt or you are swept out of the market completely, which is why companies now don't have a choice than to go digital, and to employ people who would add value using the tech side of things. So this means that professionals will now understand how to use tech to support decisions, to reduce risks, to improve productivity, and also streamline workflows are becoming essential and not optional. Tech careers are often flexibility. They offer flexibility and career stability. Talk about companies who are able to also pay high salaries. It's only these companies that are competing effectively by using tech that are also able to earn more and be more profitable, and thereby also employing and be able to afford to pay higher salaries. We all know why it's very important to earn high income now. It's not only because we need the money. There are so many factors that is pointing towards the fact that we cannot afford to remain at the low end of the income, of the income brackets, really. So, which career paths, can command these high-paying salaries? Digital role across different industry, right? It also creates opportunities for high income, consistent career progression, and global mobility for people who can show tangible results from their work. Most importantly, the future of work in 2026 will reward proven experience, practical skills, and ability to show real business contributions. How is your skill set reducing expenses for the company? How is it increasing profitability or productivity or efficiency? That is very important. And how have you done this in your previous roles? Certificates alone are no longer going to be enough. Employers want individuals who can demonstrate work experience and position themselves for real long-term relevance. So the UK job market, I don't know. So I'm going to ask a question and I hope that you guys will respond. I want to know if we have people here who are also trying to position themselves for visa sponsorship. If you're one of those, can you drop visa in the chat box? Let me see if I should just keep slides, anything that relates to visa sponsorship, and speak to the other things around tech. Because guess what? Visa sponsorship is not the only reason to get into tech, and not everybody getting into tech needs visa sponsorship. So I need to know, do we have people here who want to position themselves for visa sponsorship? If we do, please, like I said, drop visa in the chat box so I can know whether or not, because we have long slides, so the earlier we get on with it, the better. Okay, so I can see quite a number of people. This is the question I've gotten more response to, since I started. But that's good to know that I have you guys' attention and we are all in this together. So let's talk about visa sponsorship comfortably, knowing that I'm talking to people that need it. So the UK job market and visa sponsorship landscape are also undergoing significant changes. As we all know, we also the recent white paper. I don't know if anybody can speak, but if you can you tell me one major highlight you took out of that? One major highlight or two that relates to the career side of things that you took out of the most recent white paper. Do we have anyone? You can drop it in the chat box if you don't want to speak as well. But let's try to make it fast so that we can move really fast as well. I'm really trying to make this interactive, so let's try to contribute. What are the key highlights that you could take out of the white paper? I want to believe you guys also are aware that there's a new white paper, although it's not been passed into law yet, but it's one of the things that is going to happen in 2026. So the earlier we start talking about it and preparing for it, the better. Okay.
So can I say something?
Yeah, sure. Please go on.
Okay, so from the recent white paper, it just points to the fact that the UK is trying to make their system, that people come into the system that are adding value to their system than reducing, than taking from them, actually.
Thank you for that. Quite well summarized. Any other summary from anything you took out of it? Thank you, Blessing.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure. Go on.
Yeah, one thing that struck me is the fact that just what you said, that we can afford to be on the low cadre of income. Like those in healthcare, it's going to take you 15 years to settle. And that's a lot of years, So we need to just move up Because the more you contribute, like they said, to the economy, the quicker you can settle. So, yeah.
Thank you so much for that, Temitope. Simeon, the last person I'll take before we move on. Don't worry, there'll be opportunities for more people to contribute in other areas. So, Simeon, you have your hand up. That's why I'm calling you. So, if you are able to speak, please go on. Okay, we move on quickly. So, basically, what Blessing and Temitope have said, it's now like 5 years that was the normal has now become for the special people that are earning above 50K, or would now become for those that are earning above 50K. And we already know that there are some jobs that cannot earn you 50K. There's just some kind of jobs that is better, even if your first job in that field after you transition is not even 50K, but that if you leave this one, your next role is 70K or 50K or something like that. And that is the positioning we all need to do. And Jerry says highly skilled workers. Pretty in the chat box also said UK immigration rules. Chika says tightening visa rules. You guys are all right. It's about value now. They want people who would bring value to the table, pay more taxes, right? They're highly skilled. They want people that would come and use their skill sets to contribute, which also ties to everything I've been saying about experience, about skill, highly skilled. So what is changing is that the UK is tightening the rules, high salary thresholds and elevated skill expectations, fewer roles eligible for sponsorship, greater focus on degree level and high impact skills. And what this means for you is that only professionals with hard to replace demonstrable skills will remain competitive, and then practical experience, measurable impact and clear positioning are now more important than ever. So, having said this, there are still a lot more reasons to get into tech. There's blooming demand for the skills, diverse fields, competitive salaries, innovation and creativity, flexibility and remote work. So you get to stop chasing bosses, up and down. Global opportunities. Guess what? These skill sets are not limited to the UK. You can use your skill sets across board without having to change or learn anything new. Continuous learning and development, and then visa sponsorship, global talent, and the other types of visas we have mentioned. So, what is shifting from 2025 to 2026? What are the things that are most important to employers? Just like I said, companies will become more selective. They want professionals who can prove their competence, not just claim it. A lot of people will be able to claim what they don't know in 2026. In fact, they're already doing the same through what's it called, AI. And if we see a lot of more. I think even the UK has reversed their rules about, I don't know, I read it in the news, I'm not so sure. There was a rule that they created where they couldn't dismiss people within a certain number of years. I think it used to be 2 years, so they shortened it, but I think they've gone back to it, meaning that employers will be free again to sack people that they've employed that, they use the AI to get the job and they can't actually prove their ability to do the job. What am I trying to say? It's good enough to get a job. Even if you have a job, and I used to tell my mentees and students this, if you manage to get a job, you yourself, that it was managed, you used to get that job. Upskill in between. Do not wait until they now start testing those skills and then you get outed, you get casted, or you get exposed. What am I trying to say? It's your responsibility. Your career, your success is your responsibility. So, practical work experience, completed projects with visible outcomes, evidence of problem solving and impacts, ability to work with real business data, real business systems and tools, and then clear communication of your value and contribution. You see, that storytelling ability to talk about what you have in your head is also going to be a very key thing in 2026. What we no longer work in 2026 is relying only on certificates, on, I got the degree. I'm surprised to still see a lot of people that the only thing they have is their degree in data analysis or data science. I was talking to someone recently, and the person was saying, "Oh, I have a degree in data analysis, and you want to apply for data analysis role, and everything on your CV is just showing, care and other things. That is not going to." The market is getting more competitive. There's so many people applying to jobs, right? Your CVs will just be put under it will even be picked by AI, by ATS anyway. A certificate without experience would not give you an advantage. Employers want to see how you apply your skills, not just that you have learned them. Learning a skill is good enough, but they want to see how you have used that skills. long gaps without relevant experience make candidates also less competitive. So how you can bridge that is through volunteer work, projects, portfolios, boot camps, and so on and so forth. 2026 will reward those who invested in practical experience, not those who simply accumulated qualifications. The standard will shift from what have you learned to what have you done. This is why building real hands-on experience is the strongest strategy for positioning yourself for opportunities both locally and internationally in 2026. So from skill to sponsorship ready, value employers will prioritize for building proof of work through your real projects, through your dashboard, your reports, your campaigns, and documenting all your work. Documenting your work. Use your LinkedIn as a place where you are documenting your work even before you get interviews. Working on a project, you don't necessarily need to give so much about the project, but give, give like just put it in ChatGPT. I want to demonstrate my experience in this for the next 30 days without necessarily, sharing what I'm not supposed to share, or something like that. And then to give you content to post on a daily basis. Demonstrate measurable business impacts. Show how your work solves problems and drives improvements. Aligning skills with high demand sponsorship eligible roles. Documenting achievements in a portfolio, your CV, and your LinkedIn profile. Remember, I said this: communicating value clearly to employers, both in writing and verbally, and of course, when you get your technical tests. Maintaining a professional personal brand, online and offline. Developing soft skills and collaboration abilities to complement your technical skills. A lot of people have technical skills, don't forget, but you see those soft skills like stakeholder management, communication, problem solving, they are very key. Continuous learning and upskilling in tools, technologies, and processes relevant to your role is also very important. And these are the skills and positioning our programs and bootcamps focus on, giving you the evidence, the confidence, and the competitive edge employers seek when offering paid roles and visa sponsorship. So how do you build practical experience? So start with Start with practical skills focused projects, small projects, data analysis reports, process mapping, marketing campaign, dashboards, user stories, and compliance checks. This help you build confidence and evidence for your work. Use real and simulated business scenarios. Employers want to see how you think with real data sets, case studies, and so on. Volunteer your skills strategically. Non-profits, small businesses, student organizations, community groups. After you've gained these skills through boot camps, go out there, offer to give these skills to charities, non-profits, small businesses, and so on. Take internships or short engagements. Even brief roles can give you exposure to tools, teams, and real deliverables. What counts is not the experience, is the experience and not the length of time. Build a project portfolio and enroll in our beginner-friendly and practical experience bootcamp. This is what we would highly recommend because it puts together all of these things. You get to build your portfolio, gain experience, get reference, everything you really need to showcase yourself. So let's talking about NHS and talking about sponsorship as well. We all know the NHS is one of the main sponsors as well. And when we say NHS, we don't necessarily mean healthcare or band 3 kind of roles. To get sponsorship in the NHS, you need to position yourself for like band 6, band 7, band 8 kind of roles. And you can see one on the screen right now. Roles that are band 8, there's no way band 8 role would not offer you sponsorship. So tech skills or tech roles also exist across industry. And this is just NHS. We have them in civil service, HEO, SEO, and grade 8 and so on roles. Data analysts, research roles, project management roles, they all can offer you sponsorship in the NHS. And another thing that a tech can do for you is to offer you routes to Global Talent Visa. If you search for UK Global Talent on your LinkedIn, you will see that most of the results that will come, you see the result that will come, most of them are actually like, immigrants like yourself. And if you see their skills and their role, you'll be able to tailor yourself and see that most of these are also either in the product management, digital marketing, data analyst, and so on. So what are the valuable skills for a successful career in tech? One of the valuable and important skills you need to move to tech or to transition to tech or to, grow a career in tech is your analytical skills. Critical analytical skills, document analytical skills, decision analysis, rules analysis, variance analysis, very important. Also, communication skills, regardless of the career path you choose in tech, communication is key. And when we say communication, we don't just mean like talking, we mean oral, written, collaboration, presentation, and clarity. Not just communicating, but communicating with clarity. When you talk to people, when you pass on information to your manager, do they understand you? Do you understand them? If you don't, ask for more rather than taking on a communication you don't understand, implementing a wrong task, and then coming with excuses or stories. Solution mindset is also very important. What's your ability to investigate when you see anomalies? What's your ability to escalate when you see things that are not right? So the right hierarchy of reporting. Also, we have adaptability, ability to accept change, drive change, be the change, continuous development mindset, because things would always change. Then we've got problem solving, which is your ability to solve problems that have presented themselves either through variance analysis, root cause analysis, reconciliations, problem solving, impact, and adaptability analysis. Okay, so we've got stakeholder management. This is also very key regardless of the career path you choose. Ability to manage relationships, to communicate, to report, to present, to resolve conflicts, to negotiate, to manage your team, to collaborate. All of these fall under stakeholder management. And then we've got process improvements. This also is required across all roles. What's your ability to join a team and make improvements to what you met in the team? And this question is always asked at interviews. Process improvements, automation, facilitation, proactiveness, reducing reporting time through your own proactiveness or something, and then team collaboration. And all of these skills, as much as it's good to have them, ability to demonstrate them is what's even most important, because when they ask you, even if you pick all the questions in this and go and use it to prepare scenario-based responses, you are half ready for your interviews already. And guess what? You can't just have them. You need to it's not something you learn or read about. You can't read about or, and without practicing. You need to practice, and you get the opportunity to do this in our practical experience-based bootcamp. So not only do you practice, do you learn them, you practice them, and you also are able to demonstrate them. So what are some tech fields with global potential? We've got a few of them on the screen. We've got data analysis engineer, science, that's data related roles. We've got business analysis, business solutions analyst, enterprise analyst, and so on. We've got digital marketing, PPC specialist, SEO specialist. They all fall under digital marketing. And we've got network engineering and IT support, project management, project coordinator, application and web developer, and all the ones you can see on the screen. But guess what? It's not even limited to this, because like I said, it's not just tech is not about job title. We should all see tech as a must-have skill set. Every year I learn a new tech skill myself, right? Just to make sure that I'm learning something and I'm staying abreast of the skill curve, regardless of whether I'm not searching for a job, but I'm still learning. And that's the way we should see it. So even if you're already a project manager, you should try to endeavor to learn data analysis so that you can talk intelligently when it comes to when you're in the same room with people that are data analysis. Everybody even need data analysis skills. So if you're in this call today and you don't need any of you are not trying to change your job, you just want a skill to stand out, I'll recommend data analysis to you. Everybody needs to be able to analyze data. Talk about analytical skills, collaboration skills, digital marketing skills, ability to even sell your own skill set, because that's where it starts. You need to be able to sell your skill sets to potential employers, to recruiters, right? Social management skills, cyber and information security skills, artificial intelligence skills, personal branding skills. These are must-have skill sets that you need regardless of whether you are trying to get into tech or not. So why do people struggle to transition to tech? Majority of the time is either a skill gap, lack of industry experience, or the fierce competition as well. The tech industry is very competitive, and these challenges, creates barriers, making it hard to transition smoothly. And understanding them is the first step to overcoming them. And why does our approach give a different result? We bridge your skill gap through our courses that you learn, and we have self-paced, learning opportunities as well. So for instance, if you enroll for our January cohorts today, you can get to start watching the classes already, and you will still get a life experience. So you are not just dumping you on, pre-recorded. We've got pre-recorded. We would have life, and then you have work experience and all the supports that are unending. Building industry experience as well. We would give you your first industry experience, and in come 2026, we are also looking to partner with more people, more companies in the industry, small businesses, for like 2-day work experience in the office. But the thing is, I know that because we are all spread across a wide range of location, that might not, be feasible for everybody. But what's most important is even like the skill sets you get on the work experience phase. So building industry experience is very important. Standing out in a competitive market, and it's good enough to learn. It's good enough to have work experience. But let me ask you a question. Why do you think people that even have this experience, like naturally they've been made redundant, why do you think they still suffer to get a job? Either they've been made redundant or they just had the experience years ago, they took a break. The reason why they still don't get the desired job is because they don't know how to stand out and compete in the markets. If you got a job, I know people that got a job 2 years ago. 2 years ago, the market was booming. All you needed was a very good CV and put it out there. You will get interview. Once you get interview, you get a job. But 2025 markets, I don't know how many of us felt it too. The market was so tough and people didn't even know how to compete. But because they are working with us in the community, they didn't just go and learn on YouTube, they didn't just go and learn. We would help them with that aspect as well. So when they are done with the training, when they are done with the work experience, we will do their CV for them the way the market wants it. We'll do their LinkedIn for them. We are doing all the work so that you don't have to. So we are doing our regular industry trends, catching up and adapting and everything to make sure that our students are competing, which is why, like I said, we introduce the additional courses that we know are in demand and needed in the job market as well. So CV optimization, LinkedIn optimization, interview prep, job references, to ensure you don't just apply to jobs, you stand out. And yeah, so investing in RKY careers means investing in 90% of your future. Because imagine enrolling for a course and then tomorrow, you get a job that is paying you 60K with sponsorship, paying you 100K. With sponsorship, we have people that have positioned or paying you 350, 400 pounds a day contract jobs. If that's what you are also looking for, these are the skill sets that can give you that opportunity. So RKY Careers has been setting the stage for excellence. And like I said, in 2000 up to date, we have about 2,500 success stories of people, real people who are in their desired roles. And let me now tell you the best part. Some of these people are not even like people that we even have people that are already in the industry. They've done the bootcamp, they got their first job, and then after that, they switched up. Somebody called me last week. She had just gotten a digital transformation manager role. She was like, "Oh, okay, do you remember me? I'm so person. I'm from this cohort. I got the first role as a project support officer after the bootcamp, and now I've just gotten the digital transformation manager role." The experience they got, they're still getting the support because they called because they needed to get references and all of that. So we are a community that you are a part of. And we always continue to be part of your journey. So we won't leave you stuck, we won't leave you stuck at any point. And I know someone that reached out to me, paid 1,500 to a company for training. Just like few months after the training ended, they needed reference. We reached out to them. Nobody was responding. It was just like a ghosting kind of situation after paying that much money. And then in RKY, you pay just, I know people that have we've given 5 references. They've changed up 5 times, to better jobs, to better jobs, to better jobs. And that is what, growth and thriving is all about. So how do we make this happen? The RKY advantage you get is the practical experience-based bootcamp that we offer, the networking events and workshops we provide opportunity for you to. So talking about our networking events, we have the Limitless Without Borders, which we do once a year. And at this networking event as well, there are opportunities. There are some of our students, they've passed through the bootcamp, they've gotten a job, they attended LWB. 2 of them called me last week. One had gotten a global talents because, we brought in a global talents guide. in the last LWB, and they got inspired. They got inspired and they got to learn about skills they even already have, and they didn't know they could position for global talent. And today, they not only have the skill sets in tech, they also have their pathway to UK settlements all sorted. I have another one that's after joining the LWB in London. She has set up her own business because we had some sessions that was about, setting up your business, creating wealth, and all of that. So personalized career branding services, like I said, we know it's good enough to have experience, but knowing the best way to put it on paper is the most important part. Immersive learning and community of innovators. So now let's meet one of our students. Her name is Korede. Korede enrolled in our data analysis bootcamp in December 2023. And shortly after that, Korede got her first role as a data analyst with World Pay. And she enrolled for the data analysis bootcamp. She leveraged her previous banking experience in customer service, and now she's a technical report analyst at one of the most prestigious companies in the world. And guess what? She recently reached out to me, not even recently, about a few months down, that she's also been promoted. She's also been elevated. So our students are not only getting job, they're keeping the job and they're thriving and being promoted, because they're getting the maximum support. And she's also one of the judges in our data analysis insights day, supporting the others that are also coming, up and in the work experience phase. So she said yes to growth, and now it's your turn. Tech can change your life too. So here are a couple of our success stories, including those that got visa sponsorship jobs. People are still getting visa sponsorship jobs. So do not think that there are no jobs out there. And you can see some of them success stories. And these are more success stories from no experience to project management in the health sector, from no experience to project support officer, from multiple rejections to principal auditor, from no experience to risk compliance, and how I gain more data skills and secure the data analyst role in the UK. No experience to information analyst in the health sector. And here are more success stories of real people, from Ifoma, who got the revenue planning analyst, to Babatunde, who got the compensation analyst, Ineka, market intelligence analyst, Charlotte, data protection analyst, Shemilore, product manager, Boye, data reporting analyst with JP Morgan, Anthony, transport reporting analyst, and so much more. Really, I can't read out, but I'm sure you can see it on the screen. Ife, project coordinator, Lucky, periodic review analyst, Busola, customer insights analyst, Bella, business support manager. And just like I said about making sure that all our courses are abreast of what is in the industry. About 2 years ago, before AI even became so popular, we added free AI module to all our boot camps, right, across the project management to the digital marketing. In addition to this, we still even have a standalone certification course for free to all our students in artificial intelligence as well. Now, let's talk about the Trustpilot reviews, which is a third-party platform where you can go check out reviews of companies, right, that's you want to do something with or do a business with. We also have 5-star reviews across these platforms. Adedokun said, my wife shared RKY Careers link with me, and I can say that I had a breath. The learning experience was great. The CEO, Rukaya Talabi, and the Tutolumi and the team are one of the best I've worked with. Temi says RKY is the best exceptional learning session, weekly drop-in sessions worth your time and money. Irene says no regrets whatsoever. Choosing them is the best place to learn. Abi Botei says exceptional training that kickstarted my compliance career. I can't thank RKY Careers enough for their outstanding compliance course, which played a pivotal role in landing my first role in compliance. The course was incredibly well structured with comprehensive content that bridged theoretical knowledge and practical application seamlessly. The instructor was knowledgeable, approachable, and always willing to go the extra mile to ensure we fully understand the material. RKY didn't just provide training, they provided a stepping stone to my professional success. If you are looking to break into compliance or enhance your skills, I highly recommend RKY. And I'm sure you guys can read faster than I'm reading. And then on the right-hand side, we've got the Google reviews. That's another platform as well, 5-star. And these screenshots are kind of even old. I'm sure we have more reviews on these platforms as well. Rashidat says I had an amazing experience, with RKY careers. Uchioma says, thank you, RKY, for structuring my career journey. I had an excellent experience with the boot camp, and so on and so forth. So, guys, that is what people that have passed through our boot camps are saying. So, how does our courses fit into the 2026 landscape? Each course you will see today is carefully designed to give you a clear pathway from learning to doing. This isn't random training or isolated lessons. Every module, project, and activity is structured to build your skills. Key features of our courses include aligned with high-demand tech and digital roles to keep you competitive, built for practical job-ready skills you can apply immediately, structured to support career progression and sponsorship goals, focused on measurable outcomes and not just theory. So now let's start talking about the pathways that we have. So the first one we have here is data analysis. But before we start, I would like to know, what would you like your next job title to be? What is that next job title, so that we can know, whether we should skip some of the ones we have here or we should go ahead. So what's your next desired job title in tech that you're looking to? Let's see whether we have that covered in today's session. I would like to get as many responses as I can very quickly so we can move on. What would you like your next job title to be? Okay, so I've got business analyst, senior project manager, data analyst. Can we keep it coming, guys, as quickly as possible? Project manager. Fantastic. What would you like your next job title to be? So I've got one data analyst. Is there only one person interested in data analyst? So I can know whether I should skip data analysis. For someone with HR experience, you can add data analysis to this to position yourself for HR analyst, compensation analyst, rewards analyst. And you can also add BA to it to be like HR business analyst, which, improving processes, streamlining processes within the HR processes. You can also add project management to it. So there's nothing you can't add to it. And that's a good thing about tech. You don't necessarily need to change completely from your previous role. You can see it as an add-on. But anyway, the good thing is that we are going to get to talk about this as we proceed. So I can see more responses have come in now. So let's start with data analysis. So how do we position ourselves in data analysis, to thrive in 2026? So data analysis continues to expand, and organizations are beginning to depend more on data-driven decisions because, the markets, you need to really rely on your data. The market is changing assumptions or things that even as a business, I can tell you that what worked for us in business in 2025 or 2024 is not what worked in 2025, and it's not what we work in 2026. But what is going to tell us what is going to work is the data. Data gives the ability to predict, based on the past, to forecast, to budget, to plan, to extract data, to make decisions. That is what data analysis gives you opportunity to. And your positioning and specific job title you target are paramount. Okay, so another thing you want to take note of is to avoid getting stuck chasing the most obvious job title, which is the data analysis title, because this title also falls in a medium skilled role. But that does not mean that you can't still get sponsorship in data analysis. They said they will review in 2026, but for now, the data analysis title is on the shortage list. So even if you get it today, between now and when they review it, you can still get sponsored, and it's even a lower salary. But if not, you can still add data to anything you already have. That was my own personal journey. I used to be a finance professional and accountant, and I added data analysis to this, and my first role in the UK was a senior finance analyst role, combining my accounting and finance experience plus the data analysis experience. And this job, paid me 60K, my first ever salary in the UK. So what am I trying to say? You can see that salary is way above the minimum salary, is even above what data analysis is quoted to be. So you don't necessarily need to put yourself under data analysis. You can be an HR analyst if you're adding. So the good thing about data is that you can add data to any field at all. Let's play that small game. Let's add data to what we currently do and see whether, let's add analyst, to what we already do right now and see whether we get a viable and real role from it. And you'll be surprised, you will. Even in the healthcare, there are healthcare data analysts. A lot of our students have gotten adult social care and adult social information analyst role, healthcare data analyst role, public health analyst role, social supply chain analyst role, finance analyst, accounts analyst, compliance analyst. There's no role you cannot add analyst to. So which is why I highly recommend analysis to everybody. And you can see the SOC codes you can position yourself for under the data analysis. You can see the codes there. Finance and investment analysts and advisors, business analysts, and so on and so forth. So data analyst remains one of the viable roles. Viable roles in tech. So if you do not need visa sponsorship, that is fine. Before we started the session, we took a poll and we have some people here that need sponsorship, which is why you would hear us talking about sponsorship from time to time. So just filter the sponsorship out and focus, on the message, because regardless of whether you need sponsorship or not, these are viable career paths, to explore as well. But the reason why we are mentioning sponsorship is because we have a number of people here that also need for sponsorship. So please forgive us as we mentioned that, but that does not stop you from also, benefiting from this. Okay, so let's proceed. So talking about data analysis and business intelligence career path, it's a comprehensive program that guides you through the paths to becoming a proficient data analyst. We focus on skills like Excel, Power BI, Tableau, SQL, and AI. And most recently, we added Python to this because, like I said, remember I told you something about RKY careers and why we differ from a lot of companies. We always listening. We do our research. We get abreast of what's happening in the industry, and we notice that Python is something that people, people need Python skills, even if it's not to the level of experts. But you need to be able to mention Python and ability to do one or two things on Python to be a standout data analyst. The reason why we didn't have Python in the first place when we started the course is because a lot of people found it as a limiting factor because they find out that they can't become an expert in Python in a short time. And because of that, they think they are not ready to be analysts. And I bet you that between 2022 or 2021 till date, we've gotten over 500 data analysts particularly or more into roles, and they didn't learn Python from us. We didn't teach them Python and they still got analyst related roles. So even if you find yourself struggling with Python, that shouldn't stop you from still putting yourself out there for analyst related roles. Not all roles we ask for Python, but good thing is that we are teaching you Python now. Okay, but do not use that to feel that because I didn't learn. In fact, a lot of our students, they learn all these tools, they get out there. When they get on the job, the only skill that they require for them is Excel. Even I, as a senior finance analyst myself, when I started my career, before then I could use SQL, I could do Python, I could use all those things. But on the job, when I got the job, it was Excel. My company was still stuck on Excel. And it's what your company is using, you will use, right? They had another team entirely that would be doing the querying, that will bring the data out of the SQL. And our own is just to do what we have to do from the finance part. So there are so many roles out there that even what you will learn in our bootcamp over prepares you. But it's better to be over prepared than under prepared. And the good thing about our course is that you're not just learning all this standalone, all these tools are standalone. You are also gaining the practical experience. You are presenting to stakeholders. You are getting hands-on experience, understanding key business principles, and mastering cutting edge. So you're learning both the technical and the soft skills. So this course is good for anybody at all. Like I said, anybody can add analysis to what they already have, to stand out in the job market. A lot of people are stuck in some roles that it's not going to take them anywhere. I have a lot of people that are customer service professionals. They've been there for 20 years, they've been there for 30 years, and just ability to add this data analysis skills to what they already have can help them get higher paying roles as insights analyst, business intelligence analyst, customer insights analyst. And it's either they don't know or they don't just want to move to higher paying roles basically. But anyway, that's not who we here. We are hungry for more, right? Because if you don't hunger for more, you won't get more. And these are the tools you learn. This is not updated. Python needs to be added, but these are the tools. For soft skills, you learn to work under pressure, team management, collaboration, emotional intelligence, stakeholder management, problem solving. You get to work on dashboards yourself. You get to be able to, you work on individual project as well as group projects. So your group projects, you have the opportunity to choose the industry you want to apply this in. Remember I said that you could add data to any industry at all. So we have about 4 or 5 industries. We've got tech, that's for general data analyst. We've got finance, that's for people with finance background. We've got health and care, that's for people in the health and care industry that want to learn how they can position themselves for healthcare, so they can, work on an healthcare related data set or company. We've got sales and marketing, and we've got HR. And there's more. There's analysts across industries, really. But those are the ones you get to choose from to do your group projects on. And talking about sponsorship, for those that need sponsorship, these are the codes that you can position yourself for in the data space. We've got 2422 for finance and investments analysts. So those of you that are accountants, I highly recommend this. For those of you that are accountants, I highly recommend data analysis course to you, or business analysis course. It's a very good combination. Okay. So there's no one that is not good. Business analysis is good. Data analysis is good as well. So what do data analysts do? Data analysts extract data, they clean up this data, and then they turn this data into useful insights for decision making of stakeholders or management. Say for instance, we are running marketing. Who are we running this marketing? So we've been running ads for the past 12 months. Now is the time to extract the back end of these ads. Who were the people that responded? So a data analyst will extract this data from the analytical or reporting dashboard of any of the platforms we're using, and they will say, okay, which one did we run that people responded to more? Which one did we post that people responded to more? Which one brought in more sales for us? Which also they would provide this data so that next year the company can then decide, okay, based on what we did last year, this is the reports, this is what we're going to do this year. So that's what data analysts do. So that's for marketing. The same for even health and care. How many black people gave birth this year? How many black people, how many white people this? How many, that is how they get all those data that help them. Say, let's use the health and care. Up until about a few years ago, when I had about 6 years ago, 5 years ago, when I was pregnant for my first child, I didn't know there was anything like gestational diabetes. Let's use that for example. I got to hear about it for the first time. And how did I hear about it? I heard about it because at some point during my pregnancy journey, I was told that at a particular month in my pregnancy, there was a test I was going to have to take. And the reason why I have to take that test is because based on previous data they've analyzed and gotten information from, people of a particular race and background are more prone to come up with these particular symptoms in pregnancy. And because they are able to come up with that, they're able to save a lot of lives. Because they are not waiting for you to have it or to have the symptoms that will make you land in A&E. They're able to proactively test you before it even comes out, and by just that, they're able to detect that you have it and then put you on treatments. Do you get? I'm just trying to give a real life example of how data can also help in the health and care, industry. On the health care, the same with every other. So it helps you to prevent unnecessary expenses, waste, and make the right decisions. And you can see the salaries on the screen from data analysis to scientists. So scientists, if you can use like Python and some other tools, you qualify as a scientist or an engineer. And then we have the business intelligence analyst. These are roles you can still position yourself for that are not that quote data analyst. Finance analyst is there, marketing analyst is there, insights analyst, and so on. Okay, and let's go on quickly. So we've got another person on the screen right now. We have Rachel. Rachel also enrolled in our data analysis bootcamp to advance her tech journey. She put in the work, she embraced support and grew her analytical skill sets. Today, Rachel works as an information analyst in the public health Wales. Can we see that? Public health Wales. So that's health and care. That's someone working in health and care. We've already seen someone working in fintech, WorldPay, right, from our data analysis bootcamp. And we've got, so your skills plus our bootcamps will make you unstoppable. And before that, we can see that, she worked okay, I think after the bootcamp, she first got the job as a data administrator, and then she climbed up as an analyst. So there are some roles you can also apply to if you are coming from the health and care sector and you take our bootcamps. But this is not limited to the healthcare sector. You can work anywhere in the world. So we've also got Kunle and Christiana. We can see Kunle also took the bootcamp and currently works in the Prologue Fulfillment Global. And we've got Christiana as well, working in sales data as a sales data analyst in One Advance. So these are different industries. These are our students. These are success stories. The reason why I put this screenshot here is because you can see the RKY affiliation they have, which is to show that they have passed through our bootcamps. Also, final projects, you get to work on a project to gain work experience, to build your portfolio, right? And we have our judges also who come back to talk to us. Okay, so before we go on, so these are the training perks you get in our bootcamps. We've got 8 weeks of expert-led training, pre-recorded classes as well, expert CV and LinkedIn optimization, which will be done for you, interview preparation, competency testing, tests, project experience, access to LMS, UK job reference, global recognized certificate of completion, positioning for 6-figure jobs, visa sponsorship, and any other thing that you might be positioning for promotion and so on. So what are the competencies you will gain? Data extraction with SQL, data visualization with Excel and Power BI, data dashboards, business intelligence, soft skills, data visualization. Based on all these things you can see on the screen, the value of this course should be nothing less than £2,000. And I won't lie to you, there are companies that are taking as much as this amount from people. And I'm not going to say whether they are not even better. I won't lie to you, because people still keep coming back to us, because I wouldn't know how much other people are charging if I don't get people that come to complain. They pay 2K somewhere, they didn't get value for their money. However, we are offering a special discount now, this early bird for 2026, that makes it available for just £400. Imagine, for just £400. That's what people used to buy just a piece of God knows what they buy with it. But you can get to transition to business intelligence and data analysis and get all this support I've said. Let me now bust your brain. When you are done with the bootcamp after this, it's a 12 weeks bootcamp. When you are done, it doesn't end there. Every week, you get the opportunity to come for interview preparation. There's going to be interview preparation at the end of the bootcamp. But after all of that is done and dusted, we are still there. We still have drop-in clinics you can join to get support for your upcoming interviews. So if this looks like what you want, this is something I recommend to everybody, really. So you can also pay in installments using Klarna, ClearPay, PayPal, Pay Later, that will allow you pay in 3 installments, 3 months, and so on. So if you're interested in getting into data analysis or adding data analysis to what you already have, please message the numbers and click the links that will be dropped in the chat box right now. And if you are joining us from Nigeria or Africa, we've got a special discount for you because we understand the exchange rate. So can we drop the links in the chat box? And at this point, I'm going to call on Oluwaseun Oshosoya. He's currently working as a data analyst with Makura. He worked in the banking industry in Nigeria before moving into data, and he later joined the data analysis bootcamp, which helped him secure his first data analysis role, and it's been amazing so far. I've showed a lot of people that have passed through our bootcamp, but you'll be hearing from one of them right now. So Oluwaseun, if you're there, please do us the honor of unmuting yourself and telling us about your experience. So guys, let's drop the link in the chat box, and you can start asking your questions in the chat box as well.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm in a noisy environment, so permit me, but I had to join because rookie code and important. I joined. Yeah, because I'll be forever grateful for the opportunity and the training. So last year I did a boot camp with RKY, and I think our teacher, the lecturer was I think it was Mr. Shegun, and it was great. We learned how to use Power BI, Excel, and SQL. Yep, which was good for me because I leveraged on my banking experience. And when I came to the UK, I had the opportunity to join RKY, and the improved what I know already. The little thing I know on Excel, I knew more about it again, more things, and especially Power BI. And fortunately for me, where I currently work in the Macquarie, we use more of Power BI. So my experience with RKY really helped me. Yep, and another thing that helped too was the during during our boot camp. Then I think it was every Wednesday we always have this class. I think it was Wednesday or Tuesday where we go through our project and interview sections. So those things too were very helpful. Then there was another section too we had with Rookie where she knows how to use AI to refine our CV and apply for jobs. Use AI to refine job description. It was very helpful. Apart from that, RKY too, they did something to my LinkedIn. So yeah, LinkedIn, yeah, they optimized my LinkedIn and my CV. And even the first role I got, I think it was through RKY. It was one of the jobs they applied through LinkedIn. Yeah, that was how I was able to get the job. So I think I was among the lucky few, and I got the job. And so far, I've I've been doing well. So I just encourage people out there to get the experience. It's very important to get the teaching. Very experienced. You get the teaching. You get the reference. It's very good, and I wish everyone the best of luck. Thank you very much, Ricky.
Wow, thank you so much. You've touched on a lot within this short period, and as you guys can hear, there's just a lot to get at. Even when you are asked to speak, you might even forget some of them. But luckily, he has mentioned a lot. He talked about his CV being optimized, his LinkedIn being optimized, and guess what? I didn't mention that when we optimize your LinkedIn for you, we do some complimentary job applications for you. And guess what? Some of the complimentary job applications we did got him his first role before he now got another role again. So, is that that's what you said, right?
Yes, I just got another role. Yeah. I'll be starting that on Monday, just next tomorrow.
Super
Yeah, I remember.
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, yeah.
Super congratulations to you on that. Did you guys hear that? Two success stories after the bootcamp. Even one, he didn't even do anything. He got it after we applied to the jobs during and he mentioned the training, how it was fantastic. How was the group project as well?
It was good. Yeah, we all had to be involved. It was an opportunity to work with your team. To learn individually and as a group. So yeah, it was very important as well, and it was in our CV too. Yeah.
Yeah. And what is it tech? Were we already doing all the tech and healthcare thing then?
So yeah, what we did then was I think it was health care.
Healthcare. So you were in
So
the healthcare side of things. Okay.
yes,
Okay, beautiful. So there you have it, guys. You can hear him. He's gotten his job, he's doing well in the industry and all upward ever from there. And after that, have you had the opportunity to come back to any of our sessions, like the ones we bring different experts in on monthly
yeah,
webinars?
sure. I've been coming and I've been attending some, and I've been a judge in some too as well. Yeah, so I am.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So even after the training is done, the community is still there. You have the opportunity to also give back, either by being a judge or supporting on projects. And there are so many
exactly.
other relevance, sessions we have month on month. So this is the best community to be a part of. Thank you so much, Peter. Thank you so much, Oluwaseun. If we have
Thank you
questions
very
to
much, Mark.
Oluwaseun, do you want to ask him any question about how he's finding it in the industry, how he's finding the job? Drop your questions in the chat box. But I know it needs to leave soon. But when the next speakers are speaking, let's ask our questions. Let's ask them questions directly because yeah. And I can see that people are already asking questions as well in the chat box. So thank you so much, Daniel. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. Continue to make us proud. When you get your promotion, don't
Thank you.
don't hesitate to share. When you get another job offer, we are always here for you as well.
Of
That's
course.
what I like to
Yeah.
hear it. That our people are doing really well. Okay, so for those that are asking about whether it's just data analysis, no, it's not, and that's why we are moving very quickly to project management and business analysis now. Okay, so before then, let me just take one of the two questions that I have here. If you, yeah, I think this is for Uso. Uso, there's a WhatsApp number in the group that you can message. One ends with 9182. Adela, Linda, who is here among the sales team?
Adiola is here, ma.
Okay, so that's our number is 9182. So you can click on the middle number and engage in a chat to get the Nigerian rates, right? So if you try any of the numbers, try the middle one, to get the Nigerian rates and to talk about the installments possible plans as well. But please secure your slots today. This £400 discount is ending today. Before, I'm sure, Daniel, how much did you pay for your boot camp when you paid?
599.
599. So there you have it, guys. And that 599 itself was a discounted amount. This £400 is our yeah, exactly. Is like the lowest you can ever get our boot camps, and it's ending soon. It was a CEO birthday discount or even Black Friday. I can't remember which one it was that we extended, till now, because we know it's the January cohort we've been promoting since then. So please make sure you secure your slots today. All you need to do to secure your slots today is less than £200 using Klarna. So just go to the Klarna button. And if you have any peculiar situations, feel free to drop us a message on those WhatsApp groups, and we would attend to you so you can secure your slots now that is still what it is. So that's that about data analysis. If you ask any question and it wasn't answered, please ask it again so that it can come to the top of the chat box, because we have a lot of questions coming in. So now let's talk about project management and business analysis. How do we position yourself strategically in this space in 2026? These fields are still very much in demand. In 2026, companies will focus more on professionals who can demonstrate real experience in coordinating tasks, managing timelines, supporting cross-functional teams, and ensuring projects stay on track. Beyond certifications, employers want to see evidence that candidates have handled project documentation, risk logs, stakeholder communication, and delivery support. And one thing I was telling one of our mentees, he just passed through the boot camp, and he's one of these Gen Zs. So I called him into a meeting, like, okay, what have you learned? And you have to be able to use terminologies that are used in your industry. Do not try to explain. Don't explain it. Just use the terminology. I did the risk log. Don't say I tried to do the risk something. Just mention what it's called. That's how. And again, beyond what's even called in the industry, what's it called on the job description of the company you're applying to? But these are things you get as specs, after you pass through the bootcamp. Because even me personally, I coach all of this. I still coach some of our students. We had 2 community-based sessions back to back last week, and it was really mind-blowing. The number of people that came back to also share how all of these our strategies are helping them on the job. So, what are the pathways to use in project management space or business analysis space? We have them on the screen, as you can see. But what do project managers do? What do business analysts do? I'm talking as if I'm talking to men here. So what do they do? A project manager. So let's just say there is a project. What's a project? A project is that task that has a beginning and an end, right? Why business as usual is something that never ends. Right, business as usual. I'm just saying it as simple as possible. A project must end. You are planning a party. The party will have a day. You are planning a whatever. It must have. Yes. Fatima is going to come up soon after project management. It must have a day where it ends. Okay. So that project would not be only worked on by one person. There will be different stakeholders to work on that project. One of the stakeholders one of the main stakeholders, or 2 of the main stakeholders, are business analysts and project managers. So what do project managers do? Their own role. So let's just say, for example, our project is that we want to move, and the thing is, we have to be able to explain this with, like, one of our students has gotten to an interview before, and they told her to I want to make coffee, like making a coffee into a project, and she got the job, because there's nothing that beats work experience. Even reading Prince 2 or PMP or whatever will not prepare you, for this. So what am I trying to say? The project manager's role is to ensure that this project, the stakeholder have said they want it to be done in 2 months. They've said they want it to be done in 2 months. They've said this is the budget they have: £3,000, £5,000, £1 million. They've said this is the scope. We want it to look like this. We don't want anything more than this is beyond the scope of this project. All those criteria that they've set for the project. The role of the project manager is to ensure that by 3 months they are at 3/12 or 3 over whatever of the time they are like on track budget wise, timeline wise, everything wise of the project, making the client or sponsor happy. What's the role of the business analyst? Business analyst role is to understand the project. What do you really want? They start first by talking to the sponsor or the stakeholders on the project. What do you want? You want a CRM for your company that helps you to solve or to bring your marketing and sales and customer service and everything under one roof, right? Okay, so I will have to talk to, as a business analyst, I will have to talk to this customer service team, sales team, all this team. They call it requirement elicitation and get all their requirements. What are you in customer service? How do you want this? How do you interrelate with customer? Because a CRM is helping you manage customer relationship, right? So you tell me, how do you even relate to customer? What are the things you must get from customer? And then I'll go to sales. How do you relate with customers? I'll go to all the teams. How they all relate with customers. I must make sure that the CRM I want to use solves their problems without solving sales problem and not solving customer service problem. And at the end of the day, we now have a CRM, but this sales team still need to go and do something manually outside of that CRM that does not meet the objective of the project. That's using a very complex kind of project. But a simple project would be, I want to build a website too. I have only one sponsor. So you talk to your sponsor. How do you want your website to be? What functions do you want it to have? What's the functionality? What's the color? What's the theme? What's the like? That is what requirement elicitation look like if it's a simple one stakeholder project. And after all of this information is understood, the role of the business analyst is to translate this in technical terms to the subject matter experts or the development team or the engineering team that will bring this project to life. So the importance of the business analyst role is to understand and be able to translate correctly, because if say for instance, if the sponsor or stakeholder said, I want my product to look like a circle, and then in the technical term that the business analyst puts down, the business analyst understood it as triangle. The development team, they will build what? Triangle. Or the engineering team, they will build triangle. But will the customer be happy? Will the customer be happy? Guys, it looks like I've gotten too technical. Nobody is understanding me again. But yeah, let's stick to this.
No, the customer will not be happy.
No, the customer will not be happy.
Exactly.
You're not too technical, don't worry.
I'm just trying to let you guys understand. I'm trying to let you guys understand the roles of these people on the project. It's quite interesting. In between, those two things I've just described, there are a lot of documentations that needs to be done. After they do the requirement elicitation, they divide the requirements into two: functional requirements, high level requirements. Functional requirements are requirements that is necessary for the product or projects being built to be functional. High level are like high level requirements. They will create a backlog. Okay, what are the must have? What are the could have? What are the, so that you can manage your expectations of your sponsor, your clients, and your stakeholders. And then they have their epics, their features. They have all those things down to the wireframe, which would look like a mock-up of what the final project is meant to look like. And in between all this process, they will be giving updates, progress reports, to the team, the project team, and the projects and the project managers will also be giving reports. Okay, this is where we are on the progress on the projects. These are the risks we are envisaging. These are the issues we are envisaging. This is what. So it's all about communication, stakeholder management. Like interpreting, translating things, and understanding things properly. That is what are the key skills that you need to have in this, and you must all work in collaboration. Because imagine if the project manager and the business analyst are not in good terms, or the engineering team are not listening to then the project. So you have to know how to manage people, because you get lots of projects and the developers will be like, and the business analyst might be like, but you have to be able to manage these people regardless of, so that's the key and interesting thing about. And at the end of the day, the goal is to make sure that we have a successful project. And at the end of the day, we've all done a good job, either as a project manager or a business analyst. So I've explained the two roles. Now let's get into our own bootcamp that teaches you how to become this. It's it's a 4 months program, 7 weeks of classes where you learn PM separately, BA separately, and PMO. PMO is the program management office. In some companies, the PM does the two roles. In some, it's separated. It's all about reporting, documentation, because the project managers do a lot of reporting, and you learn in-demand tools, industry tools, and systems here as well. Like ClickUp, Jira, MS Projects, Balsamic. We've got this methodologies you will use as well to develop your real projects. You've got Scrum, Agile, Prince 2, Waterfall, and you gain practical work experience in applying these skills. Real world scenarios on 2 months live projects. And you also get career support session, weekly interview prep, just like the data analysis I've just said after the bootcamp. So it's like a lifelong support. You will also build another soft skills, because there's no way you work on the project for 2 months and not have team management skills, stakeholder management skills. You will have difficult stakeholders. Not everybody will cooperate. Not everybody would. Those are the things you would use to pass interviews, because at interviews for these roles, remember the skills I said are most important. Those are the skills they want to test. How do you handle difficult stakeholders? How do you work on project script? Because there are situations where the project might start like this. I don't know if you guys have worked with clients before, because I'm a client and I'm a sponsor as well, and I know how I can be. Sometimes when a project starts, you've told them that this is what you want projects to look like. Another day you see something outside and be like, this is good. And you've given them instruction, they started working on it. You now go back again. Can he have this? Can he have this? That's what they call, and then the scope starts increasing, and that's like a difficult situation in projects that happens in real life as well. And none of this you get to experience, in the boot camp. And the work experience is you will actually be working with the real clients. It's not even me sometimes. Sometimes it's actually like real clients. At the moment, I think the projects our students currently build, one is an ed tech platform for children, one is like a bra fitting site or something, one is like different e-commerce, and all the likes. Okay, and you get to learn all these soft skills, workshops, workshop facilitation, collaborative learning, and you work with other stakeholders. So beyond the project manager and the business analyst, you get a development team, you get other teams, you have supervisors, you do like progress report as well to your supervisors on a weekly basis. So who can take this course? Recent graduates, professionals looking to switch to PMBA, degree holders seeking practical experience, aspiring project managers, anyone wants to position themselves for global opportunities. And guess what? These roles, they are not only in the UK, they are on Fiverr, they are on Upwork, they are in the US. You can get like remote roles from anywhere in the world. Anyone who wants to enhance their career prospects and earning potential, professionals, entrepreneurs, and small business owners, and consultants who want their project management capabilities to better serve their clients, or even people that have project management experience in other industry but want to experience the IT side. If you're coming from property, coming from construction, coming from civil engineering, you can take this course as well to now become an IT project manager or business analyst. Okay, so here are some roles, and the good thing is that this is like one of our best courses. Under the project management course, there are so many opportunities listed. Under the BA, there are so many opportunities listed, as you can see on the screen, and the salaries are very good. We have our students finishing our bootcamp to getting 70k roles, 80k roles with sign up bonuses, commission, this HMO, healthcare, whatever, right? So what are the perks of the training? 7 weeks of life expert-led training, acquire skills and techniques. You will also do your CV and LinkedIn for you. And we're doing it the RKY way. Long before we started training, we had over 1,000 success stories of people we did CV for, and they got a job. So we are very good at doing CV, especially for career changers, early career beginners, and so on. So competency tests, interview prep, end-to-end IT project management, 2 months on a project, access to our LMS for 12 months, work experience for the projects and the clients you're working on your CV that is verifiable. So that issue of, I was working in care and now I've just learned this, you can start all over again with an experience. So you're not starting without experience, because imagine you go and learn on YouTube, you have the skill set, you've even done volunteering, you've done this, you've done that, but your CV does not show it. You don't have any way you can make your CV show it. Then it's nothing. But we are giving you a complete package, because when you are done, even if all your previous experience are not relevant, you can cut them away and just leave this experience only, right? As your experience in projects or business analysis. Global recognized certificate of completion, position for. So our courses are CPD accredited. They are accredited by the American Council of Training and Development as well. And we are listed on the UK government website. And we have a UK RLP number, which is a UK learning provider number. So for everything I've said, this cost should be nothing less than £2,000. And like I said, in 2026, even me personally, part of my own New Year resolution is that I'm leaving on the table. So we are repricing all our courses, and we are repricing all the things we've made free in the previous years. We are attaching value, because it looks like when you attach, we are leaving no money on the table basically. So please, this is the time to enroll for this course. At the current discount is also on discount for £400. Imagine you are learning PM for £200, BA £200. What do we now put the work experience? What do we now rate the CV and LinkedIn optimization? We already know that one is £100. So it means like you're almost getting this for free, because CV and LinkedIn optimization is £100. The weekly, every hour will give you, every Thursday meeting will give you to get work experience. If you put a price on that, that's definitely more than £400 safe on its own. Because there are some communities you join for just interview that their 1 year sign up fee is £400. So this is like a free opportunity, and I need you to jump on it if you really want to get into project management. And you can pay in installments. You can use Klarna, ClearPay, Pay Later, PayPal. And you can chat the numbers on the WhatsApp. So let's meet Ajilaye and Gloria. Ajilaye did our project management course in 2024. And right now she's working as a business change analyst at UK Export Finance. You can hear the companies our students working. She's currently a change analyst, from the bootcamp. And then we've got, 1 second. Okay, and then we've got Gloria. Gloria did our training as well in 2024, and then she got a special project coordinator role. And we have even more recent success stories. If you want to see our recent success stories, just go to our, what's it called? Go to our Instagram. You will see all the ones we post on it. We even have a backlog that we are yet to post. Okay, but this is just to show you that this is not just making it up. Our people are actually in the industry. You can even go to search for the companies and see the people under them as well. That's another way, you can see where our students are working. Okay, so right now I'm going to call on Bolanle Akerele. She's a certified project manager, and she made the intentional decision to join the RKY Bootcamp last year during a season when she knew she needed more growth, more opportunity, more impact. As an immigrant, she understood that meaningful change requires courage and upskilling. So she chose a path that would stretch her, and this bootcamp gave her the practical hands-on experience to confidently transition into the tech space. Okay, so Bolanle, if you are there, please. And she's also okay. Is Bolanle here?
Yeah. Good morning from here. Good morning, Ruki. Good morning,
good
everyone.
morning, Bolanle. Wow, good to hear from you. Been a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, good morning.
And where are you joining us from today? This is why you're telling us good morning. Tell us where you're joining us from.
Okay, from the US. I relocated this year.
Wow,
So,
congratulations on that. Good morning to you.
thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
Right.
good morning, everyone. I am super happy to be here. I just want to say, I want to start by saying a big thank you to Rookie for this great platform. Seriously, it's actually a great platform. Okay, I'm speaking now, and trust me, I've been doing a lot of this since I joined RKY Bootcamp. That is 40.0. If I'm one person that I'm very, very shy. I don't even talk. And trust me, if to be a project manager or a business analyst, your communication skills needs to be 100. It's a skills that If you don't learn it on RKY, trust me, I don't know how you're going to be that. And I'm so grateful for that because I'm just one person that likes to work behind the scene, get all the work done, and then give it to somebody to just do it. That is, I'm not this person that can be speaking. So I think one of my testimony is I'm able to like speak now. And I've been doing more of that, especially since I came to the US. I've been, and all thanks to RKY Bootcamp, because when I joined, I think I was in the UK when I actually registered, and then RKY is actually a platform I knew. When I say personally, I actually knew RKY from like from the beginning, because then I disturbed by a lot. Trust me, this is like a life changing opportunity, and I'm going to tell you for a fact because the first time I had a encounter with RKY was when I wanted to optimize my CV, went to do my masters, and then I just knew I needed more. I was doing a 12 hours mental health shift that they attack me at times. They do a lot of things. So I was never going to stay in that. It was a toxic environment for me. And then I went to even I've not even done anything project management, but she used to tell me something that, oh, you have transferable skills, and that is it. Everybody has transferable skills, no matter the industry you are, no matter what you're doing. Trust me, you have when you evaluate your skills and all that, you feel like you even have more than 60% transferable skills. Just get it. And then when she optimized, I think that was what got me then. She optimized my LinkedIn, my CV. Trust me, I was getting interviews that I was even scared because I was not in that part. I was just like, I was just getting interviews, and there was even a job I actually got then due to the LinkedIn optimization. But then I was still studying and I had this 20 hours restriction. I felt bad, but I was just like, no, I'm just going to go for proper training. So there are different types of people. There are some of us that were already determined even before somebody advertised. I remember I just reached out. I didn't even join the bootcamp. I just reached out that I'm ready. I want to take the PMBMA bootcamp. And she was like, oh, why do you want to join? I said, no, 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 I already paid. I'm joining. Like, so I did have to like join now. So it's really like an opportunity for you to even listen to what you're going to be getting. Trust me, you're going to be getting a lot. I got a lot. Now I can speak. Like the things I do now, Ricky, you don't even want to know. And then October last year too, when I joined the boot camp, my group, there's teamwork. We have great facilitators. I think that actually helped. There are this kind of people that will push you. You have to just push yourself. You don't want to join, you don't want to pay the money, and then you're not getting anything. If there's anything, there are other boot camps. Well, I'm going to say for a fact that this has been the best boot camp I've ever joined because they hold your hand all through from the beginning to the end. There are a lot of activities. She's just probably mentioned few. At times I get mails, alumni this, alumni that, teaching us free things that you should have paid for. Like I can't have, I've lost count of the value I've gotten with my little amounts from RKY. So it's actually a life-changing opportunity for me. During the boot camp, it was really, trust me, it was very overwhelming. It was very intense, like hours during meetings. And these projects are not even like cooked up projects. They are live projects. Just imagine you doing live projects, working on people's like projects, and these are live projects that you can go back to after to reference. They're active, they're working. So that is one thing. They did not just maybe put up some stuffs and files and say, okay, work on this project. There are things that clients are actually using their clients projects. So that was one thing, and I've actually been supporting too. So the support job I've been doing with RKY actually got me my PMP. I've always wanted to do like a certification this year since my relocation because I have few things to do, and I was like, okay, let me just get my certification. And during the like one of the cohorts, I was there. I was in the meeting even after I was always there and all that. And while I was writing my exam, trust me, it was more like it was RKY's exam. I'm not joking. It was like, did RKY actually put this? Because they were like life experience, there were scenarios, questions, and then most of the things that's happened in the cohorts that's like between team members, with stakeholders, like different things happen. And I was just like, and I was able to pass that. I think that is one thing RKY gave me this year. I was able to pass my PIM. So I'm a certified project manager. I'm going for one of them this thing next year in Colorado here. The meeting, and it's just been like I carry myself. I'm not a professional. That's how I do it. I carry myself so high. But then last year, no, I won't even talk. If they ask me to come and talk, I'll just be like, no, I can write it. I'll write it down. I will just come and I will send it out for them to read. But this actually taught a lot. There are a lot of skills, team management, like time management, and those are the things you need as project managers. Time management, like conflict resolutions. A lot happens in the boot camp, trust me. And then how much did I even pay for it? Even during our boot camp section, when I was in there, we used to talk about it like, why did RKY even give us this prize? Because it was a ridiculous amount, and they gave their all. Trust me, they will hold your hand from the beginning to the end. I'm talking from experience, like not even a paid anything. Is the level I am now is all thanks to RKY and God, because they will push you. They will push you beyond your limit. That's one thing about Rookie. She will push you. If you know her, you can't be like I'm this and you have to just aim for the best. You have to aim higher. And Rookie, I'm just saying that I'm grateful. I'm really, really grateful for this platform because it has helped a lot of people. I met people there that we still communicate until now. Whenever we want to do anything, they're getting jobs, and it's actually very inspiring. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Balale. Do you want to tell us what you were doing before? You don't want to tell us what you were doing before, so that I don't
I
mess
was
on.
working in the mental health hospital.
Okay,
Like it
okay,
was
you said mental
crazy.
health.
Trust me.
Okay. And she
Yeah,
was
it
also
was
a
crazy
makeup
that.
artist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and she was also a
Yeah.
makeup
So,
artist because we met. Yeah, she's
yeah.
done my makeup before. Yeah, so she's
Yeah.
been a
Thank you
part of.
so
I mean,
much for the platform.
yes,
Yeah.
as in I've known her for, to be honest, I didn't even know when she now eventually enrolled for the boot camp, but I'm proud of
No, I said I was not going to tell you. Yeah,
I'm
because
proud of you.
anytime I just want to learn, I just want to get everything. I don't know the CEO. I don't know any. I just want to be in it, and I don't want it to be like, oh, because I know somebody. No, I think that was why. Because if I had come to you, I know that you would have given me another disc. I said no, I'm registering for this, and I'm just taking it. I don't know. I'm just registering to RKY, and I just want to learn everything. I knew I needed a change. I cannot. If I was in the UK too, I just needed that change. I can't be working 12 hours shift and I'm getting like peanuts because that is it. And I was just like, no, RKY, and I saw the whole process. I'm always sleeping on a page. So when I was ready, I just went in. I was like, next month I'm paying for this boot camp. I saw one that is coming up, and I said, no, I'm paying for this boot camp. I'm getting it. I took time off because there are some people that did not take time off. Oh God, it was crazy, but they followed through with their busy schedule. They did this, and most of them are working now. And the sacrifice is not about the money again, it's about your sacrifice. You paid that money, and you trust me, some people will not complete that thing, but you just have to sacrifice it because you needed that change. So thank you, RKI.
Wow, I'm having goosebumps right now. But I mean, congrats to you. I'm so happy how far you've come. And not only did she just pass through all of this, she's now back and supporting others, which is also another extra perk you get. Not everybody is usually accepted, but you have the opportunity to, if we have the opportunity to, we have the opportunity to come back and mentor and support others on their project phase. That way, you are not only helping them, you are also helping yourself. I don't know if you guys know PMP, because in America and Canada, PMP is quite popular. PMP, to write PMP exam, you can't just go as a random, I want to transition to project management. You need to show them you have 3 years of experience or about that quality. I don't know about the time, but you need to have quality experience as a project manager before you can write the PMP. And if you don't have the experience, you can't even qualify. And she's not the only one. I think we've had a couple of people that shared their success story of passing the PMP. We don't train you to pass PMP. We train you to get practical experience, which you can use both to pass PMP, to get a job, to thrive on the job, and to do lots more. Rather than if we have people that have done PMP and still come after PMP. So it's better to gain experience first before doing Prince 2 or PMP, and you can always do that as add-on later. So super congratulations to you. I'm super excited and happy. And guess what? Regardless of whether you're in America America, Canada, UK, US, Nigeria. These skill sets are relevant. She used the experience here to pass PMP, which is a global body, in project management. So if you have questions for Bolanle, drop it in the chat box. If you have question about project management, drop it in the chat box, because we are moving away from project management and business analysis now. Bolanle, do you want to tell us about the experience in business analysis side of things as well? Did you get opportunity to learn, the business analysis side?
Yeah, that is the one thing about this program. And I'm so happy I actually chose this program because they are like two different experiences. At times I would just say, but Rookie is Rookie. She's like Mother Christmas. She's always like giving stuff because there are two different things entirely, business analyst and then project management. There are two different things that should actually pay separately to learn, but we actually got everything in one. And when the project phase came, we actually did everything. Trust me, if I tell you some things I can do in BA now, I can apply as a business analyst, I can apply as a project manager, because we actually worked together. We did everything, all those frameworks. You don't want to know, RKY's framework has always been my guideline. I go to that framework, like if you can understand all the framework from the beginning to the end. And so we actually work together. So at the end of the boot camp, trust me, you can either decide, oh, I want to be a PM, because you have experience in whole, even project planning. You don't want to, we have the best facilitators. Trust me, we have the best. Like, they will teach you both. We got both. I can still stand and then talk about the business analyst point of the project. I will talk from the beginning to the end, what they do from the beginning to the end. And that was what I actually learned. But I went as a project manager, but I got all the package. I can plan projects, different tools. They will teach you tools because you're going to be using them. So you're going to be using them. So if you are involved, I used to use that word, get your hands dirty from the beginning to the end. They need a laptop, be available. They need this, be available, because all those things you will be learning at the end of the day, you're going to just be proud that you actually learned them. Because you can just get a business analyst role. You can just, don't put yourself in a box. I think that is what this PMBA is all about. Don't put yourself in a box and say, oh, I want to just learn project management, because you are going to be working together. There will be a lot of time for you to work as BA. And then when you work with them from the beginning to the end, you'll be like, wow, BA is even very interesting. So don't just put yourself in a box. This is like a complete package. Like when she said 2000, trust me, is way more than that. When you get there, you will understand what I'm talking about. It's really a lot in just one, like 4 months is a lot. Just be available. That's what I would say. If you're ready to get it in, trust me, you're not going to regret it.
Okay, thank you so much, Bolanle, for that. Yeah, thank you so much for that. If you want to get mentorship, join the bootcamp or no Chukwebuka. You go join the bootcamp and you get all these opportunities within the course of the bootcamp. So thank you so much. So now we're moving on to product management and agile delivery. So guys, don't sit on the fence. Don't sit on the fence. Don't sit on the fence. Also, to answer your question, yes, you get experience from the bootcamp. It might not be the company name might not be RKY Careers, but it's affiliated to RKY Careers as well. So let's go into product management. So product management is also a 4 months program, very, very similar to the project management and business analysis side of things, where to position yourself, employers increasingly value candidates who have applied agile frameworks, who have contributed to product iterations and supported cross-functional teams, whether through full-time roles, volunteer experience, or project-based work, demonstrating practical exposure. To thrive in this role, you must continuously understand tech trends, market dynamics, and competitive landscape. So let me tell you a little bit about the product and Scrum role. It's very similar to the project management role. It's just that the methodology used is completely different. So in the products side of things, they do things they call the product-led way. So the product-led way of development and what they build is products. So what is called a product in project management can also be a project under projects. Products in product management can also be a projects in projects management, but the methodology, the mindset, and the way of delivery is different. So what's a product? A product is something of value. A product is something of value, and to build the product, and it could be a solution, it could be a website, it could be anything at all. So in the product space, the difference between how project manager will complete their websites and the way the products would complete the websites is different. It's different. So in the product-led way of doing things, before they just go into certain criterias, the end product is not always sure at the beginning. So the product-led way is the problem that is prioritized and user experience. So it starts from, we are having this problem. Students are not able to complete, or students are not able, should we use students? Oh, we don't have a physical presence, or we don't have a digital presence, or our sales is very manual. So that's the problem. So before we say, oh, the solution is to go and open Instagram, or is it website, or is it this, we won't decide what the solution is. We'll first do a problem validation. Is this problem valid? Or the problem could be people don't have work experience in the UK. Work experience is the problem in the UK. That's a problem. So before you say the solution is to do boot camp, the solution is to do volunteering or whatever, you first of all validate that problem. The same way someone that wants to start a business will do a problem validation. It's the same way product managers do their, so they will do that through user surveys, they do that through interviews. So that's where you see those questions. Do you agree that there's this problem? Are you willing to pay for this problem? So that's what they call the user validation, problem validation or user survey, to get response, to be sure that the problem is actually valid. And it's these users and their responses that will guide them towards the real solution they're going to build. So it's very user-centric and customer-centric. It's not the projects, it's not the stakeholders or the sponsor that will say, tick this box. And that's why in the product space, is either you are there are also two ways. Is either you are managing an existing product where you are the account officer, and if you want to relate it to like banking of that product. So that product is in the market, you are the one that will get feedback. Okay, what feature can we add? Okay, let's say GT Bank mobile app. I'm the product manager of GT Bank mobile app. So you get feedback of customers on that product. So that's an existing product, right? You get feedback on that product. Okay, let's add this feature to it to increase customer satisfaction. Do they want this? So there's sometimes in an app, for instance, you might get some questions that are asking you whether you like a feature, whether you don't like a feature. So what they are doing is to collect user data that they will use to make the decision of improvements or new releases, new version of that product. So it's kind of different. And at the end of the product, instead of in the project space where they will say, well, our project has been completed, we've delivered it within budget, within this. Product does not end there. In the product space, they will still go ahead, to take it to market, to understand, to do their KPI monitoring, to be sure that the product is actually going to perform well and is going to be successful. In fact, product management roles, they don't just get salaries. Sometimes they get commission on how well, so they work like account officers basically of the products, if we use layman terms. So they still get commission on the performance of their products out there, right? So it's your role as a product manager to make sure that your product is being accepted. Your role does not just end in delivering the products. That's if you're even building from scratch. It ends in also taking it to market. So you still learn a bit of marketing, product marketing, and go to market strategy under product management. And then you also now be monitoring the KPI and be making adjustments. So those adjustments is what they call releases, release 1.0. So in product marketing is where you will get things like MVP, where you first, and you have some things in your in your codes, could be from your product backlog, that you have some features you will release later. Some features will not be in your MVP. So the product management way is more of like an agile way where you are iterating and adjusting to user or user needs. So that's basically, but at the end of the day, what you still have is still a product, right? It's still a product. So the objective of the 4 months program in Scrum Master and Product Management is that you get to learn both sides. So we have this in a Scrum team or a product team, we have the Scrum Master or Agile Delivery Manager. We also have the product owner and sometimes the product manager. We have the UX UI design. We have the development or engineering team. They all work together and they all brainstorm and iterate and all of that to make the product become a reality. So you are going to learn all of this. So 7 weeks of classes in Agile and Scrum, and another 3 weeks, 3 weeks in Agile and Scrum, another 4 weeks in product management and product ownership. So through this training, you will develop a deep understanding of the key product and Scrum principles, and you learn tools like ClickUp, Draw.io, Jira, MS Projects, Figma, Visio, and all those tools, and techniques such as Scrum and Agile, and gain practical experience in applying these skills in real-world scenarios in a 2 month product development cycle. You also learn soft skills like emotional intelligence, team management, stakeholder management. You have your stand-ups and all those things as well. So who can take this course? Anyone at all, someone that is looking to move and learn the Agile and the products-led way of doing things, because it's the same end result, but the mindset, and the processes are different. So these are the potential career paths you can position yourself for. On the Scrum side of things, we've got Agile Manager, Agile Coach, Agile Delivery Manager, Implementation Manager, Release Engineer, and so on. And on the product side, we've got Product Owner, Product Manager, Portfolio Manager, Technical Product Manager, Development Manager, and so on, program coordinator, and so on. It's also a career path that is eligible for visa sponsorship, and as you can see on the right hand side, code 2132 as IT product managers, IT service delivery managers, IT systems managers, and so on. And we also have 2141 where we have the application designers, the UX UI designers. So because under this role as well, you can apply for roles like user testing, user researcher. So like that first stage where you are trying to do your research is a role on its own, where you're trying to understand whether users really want, whether a problem is really valid and whether users really like something or not, is also a role on its own. And these are some of the tools you learn, in the boot camp for both PMBA and SMPO. The same, perks you get in the other courses, you get in this, from the reference to the CV optimization, LinkedIn optimization, LMS, and so on. And for the value of all of this, I already said it should be nothing less than £2,000. Meet Onyebuchi. Onyebuchi was a product owner with RKY Careers, and after that he went on to get a product owner role, with Unite Africa, and they enrolled, in the course, and you bring the drive and we bring the direction, and your success story could be next. So the current offer brings it down as well to £400. The start date is 24th of January. You want to secure your slots now before the discount expires. And I've got Abimbola here today. She's a senior program coordinator. I'm seeing a lot of oldies today. Abimbola currently serves as a senior program coordinator with Midlands Connect. She participated in the RKY Careers SMPU 1.0, and with a background in HR, Abimbola sought to broaden her skill set and transition into the agile space, and the bootcamp provided her with the opportunity to diversify her career path, develop hands-on experience, and successfully navigate and move. Abimbola, if you're there, thank you for speaking at this session. Please unmute yourself. Tell us about your experience.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, and I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you, Ruki, for having me today. And so what I'm going to say is, I know most of us, one thing behind our back is this class going to be practical enough? Because without having the practical experience, it's going to be very hard for you to scale your interviews. And I'm going to say a very, very big yes. And that's because I was SMPO 1.0 cohort, and the apply body that RKY has now. We started that project. It was our project. We worked on it. I worked on it. So when I say we, other team members, but I can say that I was really into it. I was one of those, those people that they're always putting their hands in everything. I can say I was one of those people. Very practical. You're going to learn. That is if you're also willing to put in that effort, because it's going to take your time and you have to be dedicated that, oh, I'm going to give you my time. After that session, I went ahead to become a certified Scrum Master. So it's not only you going for the course, you also have to put in extra work. And that made me get promoted at work. So I've been promoted twice in a space of, I think, 2 years, 5 months in my current place of work. And that's because of my diverse experience from human resources to project management to Scrum and all that. So if you're looking for the right course to do and you want to be rest assured that you're going to have that practical experience, I would say please don't dull. Just go ahead and sign up for it. You are going to have a wonderful experience, and the facilitators and all the team members, they are going to guide you along the way. Let me know if you have any question before I go.
So senior people don't talk too much. You see, senior program coordinator, they don't talk too much. But good to hear your voice and see your face on the screen again. Abimbola was in our 1.0 peer. She was part of the planning committee, the one we held in Birmingham that year. She was one of those that made it. She's very hands-on. You didn't talk about the fact that you're also a baker. She has a cake. Is it cake? Is it only cake you bake? She makes
it's cake. Well, because professional setting, I want to keep professional.
I know, but I mean that's why I told them Bolanle as well. Tell us that tell us all the skills you have. Because some people, it might be the fact that you both share the baking part that will make them think that if she can do it, I can do it as well.
Oh, yes, that's true.
Which is why it's good to share.
I bake as well, and I'm also a mom as well. So I was able to juggle everything. It wasn't easy, as I mentioned earlier, but if you are really dedicated, which I think you should please be dedicated, it's 7-8 weeks. Please just create that time during that, and you're going to enjoy it.
There you have it, guys. If you have any questions about the Scrum, the products, space, and she also supported. I don't know if she's still doing that, but I know she came back to support. By the way, the Apply Body product she's talking about, that product is life. Imagine it's a product that is like generating income for. It's something they can you can always proudly talk about that at any interview, and that's how all our projects are. They are not. I've heard about some people that come and complain that the projects they gave them in the training they went to do is not real projects. They just told them to do this. All our projects are real clients projects that would always be live. At any point you want to refer to it. Okay, and you can always quantify. You can even say it has made 100K. You have worked on a project that has made, as a product manager, those things are important to them. You can say the product has made 100K in revenue. You are the one that you made it, because it's the reality of what you've done. You might not be part of the process anymore, but it's the reality of the product, that you built as well. So I don't know if you have any questions. If we don't, we're going to move on very quickly, right, to digital marketing. So thank you so much, Abimbola. I'm going to call you after this session. I wanted to call you before, but I wasn't able to. And we'll take it from there.
Thank you, Ruki. Thank you for having me. All right.
You're welcome. Okay, so talking about digital marketing. Digital marketing continues to evolve rapidly as businesses rely on online visibility, competitive branding, and performance-driven campaigns. In 2026, organizations are expected to prioritize professionals who can demonstrate hands-on experience with content strategy, campaign optimization analytics, and customer engagements. Beyond certifications, employers will be looking closely at real work. Before I even proceed, is there anybody here interested in digital marketing? So we can just skip it. Do we have anybody interested in SEO, digital marketing, PPC, all those kind of things? By the way, yesterday night we held our work experience showcase, which is something we also do at RKY Careers, where we actually showcase this work experience we are talking about that the students did. They also get the opportunity to practice their presentation by presenting it to the world, to anyone who cares to attend the session, where they talk about what they experience or the products they build and their experience building the product as well. All of these sessions are available on our YouTube. If you just want to, don't take our word for it, go to our YouTube. Just go and look for anything we called product demo, data insights day, because we are very transparent. All the work experience we give to our students, we always give them the opportunity to present it, and we are proud to show everybody what our back end also looks like. So, do we have anybody here that is interested in the digital marketing? So the fees for the product management is £400 as well. All our courses are currently on a discount for £400. Okay, so talking about digital marketing, beyond certifications, employers are looking, and the reason why I will not take this digital marketing lightly is because regardless of whether you're a business owner or a professional, digital marketing is also another important skill. You see RKY careers today, that we have RKY careers we have today, not only was born but also grew at the pace it grew because of my own ability to learn digital marketing very fast and apply it across everything we do. Because guess what, that's the fuel of every business. It's okay to have idea, it's okay to have the business, but what will keep making customers come back is your ability to apply marketing, digital marketing. Because if there's no customer in a business, there's no business. Customers is the key, and that's the way you get customers. Okay. And when it comes to marketing at RKY Careers, you can check all the pillars of marketing from SEO to PPC. We are there. So if we say we want to train anybody on marketing, just sit down, take a chair and listen. Okay, so modern marketing professionals must be adept at understanding sales funnels and so on and so forth. So the days of guesswork are over. Success in digital marketing is now about data, strategy, and continuous adaptation. I know the interesting thing about this. Digital marketing is that, like, there's always a whole lot. There's always a whole lot to learn in this marketing space. You might think you are getting like the SEO thing right. Google will just release one update like that, and everything will just change. Or we have the new one now, the GEO, which is ability to make SEO. We know is search engine optimization. Now we have generative AI, optimization, which is, somebody has reached out to me before to say, I got RKY careers through ChatGPT. ChatGPT recommended RKY careers to me, and that's why I'm calling RKY careers, and that's where the world is going. We need, and that's one part of the things you will learn in the bootcamp: ability to make ChatGPT, Gemini, and everything, put your own services at the top of the funnel in your industry. Okay, so overview of what you will learn in our course: SEO, SEM, social media marketing, content creation, email marketing, analytics. You even be able to build landing pages. Guys, I joined the digital marketing course work experience showcase yesterday night, and my mind was blown. In fact, I've been seeing their work. That's the team. They took a product to market, an events planning tool, a tech tool to the markets, and that's their own work experience. And they got their own role. Their KPI was to get a number of people on the wait list, towards the launching of that product. And I was really blown with the way they were able to come up with content designs. They created TikTok page, Instagram page, they built a landing page, and they all came with zero experience into this course. And those are skills that you even need even for your own business. So gain practical work experience and the competitive edge to excel in today's dynamic world. So who can take the course? Graduates who need practical experience to stand out, marketing professionals who need to enhance their career prospects, entrepreneurs and business owners looking to enhance their online presence, individuals trying to become full stack marketer. Talking about entrepreneurs here, there's somebody I know that joined the 1.0 about digital marketing, and thank God for her that she did that, because a lot of people always think digital marketing is all about social media pages here, but guess what, it's way more than that. After this person joined, the person diversified from just doing social media to creating a mail list, to doing SEO and all of that. And a few months after the line, the person lost all their Instagram pages thanks to Uncle Mark and what happens on Facebook. But thank God that the person already set up a mail list and email marketing, SEO and everything. Money still kept coming into the business, regardless of them losing that. And that is how to keep a business sustainable. You need to leverage multiple channels and not limit yourself to just one channel. And what are the potential career paths and average salary? Digital marketing manager, SEO. You can see these roles on the screen. And it's also one of the roles that is still eligible for visa sponsorship with the codes 1132, 2432 respectively. And what are the training perks? You learn digital marketing strategy and planning, content and social media marketing. You learn SEO, email marketing, PPC advertising. PPC is pay per click, right? Which is where you do Meta, Google ads, and all the likes. Website development and optimization through the development of land pages for your ads. You see all those ads that you see when you click on it to take you to another landing page where you'll now be reading and watching video and everything. That's what they call landing page. Then analytics and data interpretation. We've said it that the most important thing is not just about all of all these things. If data cannot guide how you spend money, you will just be that digital marketer that is taking budgets and increasing budgets but not delivering results. Writing for the web, learning how to write blogs, articles, and web pages, visual content. Real clients projects for work experience as well. So based on all of this, you learn tools like Canva, SEMrush, Ubersuggest, CapCut, WordPress, Google Analytics, Google Ads, and based on all of this, plus the work experience, plus the CV optimization, the projects, the LMS, the quizzes, the support, the weekly interview prep, the value of this course should be nothing less than £2,000. But today, and for the last time in 2025, we're offering this course at £400. So please make sure you don't sleep on this opportunity to learn digital marketing. Is a 13 weeks program, and in all our courses we have an AI module, so you also get to learn how to apply AI in digital marketing. So the numbers are already on this in the chat box. Feel free to use those numbers. So we've got Jenny. Jenny is a psychology graduate and a master's in international marketing management. She transitioned to digital marketing to deepen her understanding of how people think, engage, and make decisions in an ever-evolving digital world. Our decision to join the bootcamp was driven by a passion to help brands create meaningful connections through strategic communication. The journey so far has been educating, and it has strengthened our commitment to building a career that blends creativity and marketing strategy to support business growth and impactful storytelling. Please make welcome as Jennifer, because it felt like I was reading a full bio. Jennifer Matthew. So Jennifer, if you're here, thank you for speaking at the session, and please unmute yourself and tell us about your journey if you're here.
Hi everyone. Yes, I'm here. Hi guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Hi everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you for the introduction. Okay. My name is Jenny, and I'm glad to join you all today. And well, honestly, I would say I'm just like many people here. Let me just give you a quick brief. Because Ruki already said it all, or a part of it. Anyways, I have a background in psychology and international marketing, but I currently work in the healthcare sector. So on paper, things were actually okay. Are actually okay at the moment, but deep down, I knew that I wanted more. I wanted to grow, learn new skills and feel confident that I was actually prepared for the future. That's what pushed me to join this bootcamp at the time that I did. And I realized that the world is changing really fast. Jobs are changing, skills are changing, and if we are not careful, it's easy to get stuck, doing the same thing, even when you know that you're capable of doing a lot more, but you're just stuck in one place. I didn't want to be in that position, so I decided to invest in myself. And that's why I joined the bootcamp, because I wanted more than theory. I wanted practical, hands-on experience, especially for me that decided to go into digital marketing. I needed those kind of skills that would match what companies are looking for today. I wanted to learn how to build brands online, understand and engage my audience, use data to make smarter decisions and increase my value as a professional, especially in a competitive market like this, as you all know already. And digital marketing, I chose digital marketing because it kind of aligns perfectly with my passion, which are psychology, communication, and strategy. So joining the bootcamp just felt like it was the perfect thing to do and the right step to grow my career. So I would say that so far, the bootcamp was, it was really an eye-opening experience. And it's not just about learning new skills. It's about learning how to think differently. I've actually learned a lot since the beginning of the bootcamp, and I've learned how to solve real problems, real life problems. I've had to use tools that are actually used in the real world, and I've also I feel at the moment so much confidence than when I joined, and I know that I've got all it takes, to bring things to the table when we're talking about, real life projects. So one thing I really like is that when you join RKY Bootcamp, you don't have to come in knowing everything. You just need to come in willing to learn. You'll be able to get guidance, support, and a clear structure, which makes everything a lot better and feel less overwhelming. At first, I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I was like, okay, let me just give it a try, because I just kept posting and posting it. And then at some point, I was like, you know what? There's no need procrastinating. Let me just do it now, because time flies. And before you know it, the 3 months is over. So I would say that the experience has been truly transformative. And today, as of today, I have learned so much. And I told you already that I chose to go into digital marketing. And so far, I can say that I'm confident in content marketing. I know how to create content now that captures attention and builds trust. I'm very good with SEO, search engine optimization. I understand how brands attract people organically through search engines and how to go about it. I, I've always known paid advertising, but I've never had to use it. And a lot of times for you to use certain tools like this, you need like assets, you need to pay for it, you need the paid version. I didn't get to pay for any of those tools that I use, because being a part of RKY just gave me the access to be able to use, things that RKY admins would use on a normal day to work. So I know how ads work on platforms like Google and social media. I've learned social media strategy, how to manage, plan, and scale social campaigns. I also understand a lot more about analytics, how to interpret data to improve marketing results, branding, how companies shape perceptions and build identity online, which is very intriguing. And my team and I even had a showcase where we presented a project that we worked on for a period of time, and it was mind blowing. So beyond the technical skills, the bootcamp has given me clarity, it has given me confidence, structure, and real life projects that I can apply to any job or any business that I choose to do. So if you're thinking about joining any of the boot camps, as for me, it was digital marketing anyways, but if you're thinking of joining any of them, here is what you will gain. Practical skills that companies value right now. For me, digital marketing is one of the fastest growing fields globally, and every business needs it. So I went in for that. But you can choose to, go for anyone you want. And then you will get hands-on experience, not just the theory. You don't just learn, you would build, you will create, you will analyze, and you will work on real life projects. And then you get the comfort of career flexibility. With these skills, you can work in any industry you choose, whether it's tech, health, care, finance, entertainment. They would help you optimize your CV, and then you'll be able to decide which of the sector you want to specialize in, and you will get better job opportunities. As for me, digital marketing opened, we all know anyways that digital marketing opened doors to roles like social media manager, digital marketing executive, SEO specialist, and a lot more. So if you're thinking about joining, what you gain is more than just the knowledge. You will gain confidence, which is very important. Everything will just automatically become clearer to you. You will gain the necessary skills that will open doors for you. And whether you want to change careers, grow in your current role, or simply do better for yourself, you gain all of that. So I would also like to say that during the course of my program with RKY, I applied and started my internship in a fintech company in the UK. I've not mentioned this anyways to even any of my team members. And this is what I've always wanted, a boot camp that can position me in the market to gain life experiences and start applying for good jobs while I continue to build myself, because of course we know that learning never ends. So lest I forget, with RKY, you also have access to their online library. Now, this is one of the perks that comes with being a part of RKY that I found really interesting. You have access to their online library called the LMS, where you can keep going back to watch videos, like you can keep going back, watching videos and study as much as you want. And you would also be able to connect with your tutors, all of those people that would, let's say, for instance, you have one teacher that is teaching you a particular course. You can always ask questions at any time. They are there to support you, and respond to questions without, any issue at all. And in all of this, you won't be studying alone. That's another interesting part. There's like a collaborative learning experience where you will get to work together with your team members. people that are like you, that are also trying to grow themselves, they are trying to upskill and stuff like that. So it's just like an actual university, and all of the things that you guys are going to be doing together will just make you feel so confident and good about yourself. So if you're ready to level up your career, build new skills, and open the door to global opportunity, this boot camp
Yes,
is
I can.
definitely a step you should take, because it has opened my eyes to what's possible, and I know that it can do the same for you. So yeah, that's it from my end. Thank you.
Jenny, the marketer. We can see that already.
Right.
You guys can see,
Thank
like,
you.
she has finished marketing you guys with plenty tips, specs, and all those things. But thank you so much, Jenny. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask as well. So Jenny has just finished. Yeah, so we're still going to talk about compliance. So please bear with us, right? For that person asking about compliance. So thank you, Jenny, for speaking. So this session is just for us to talk about all the courses. We had more people in. I think maybe the course they were interested in have also been covered. So they've left, but please stick with us till the end if you are still here. And that's it about digital marketing. Is like a skill of the future. You need to position yourself appropriately. Okay, so now we're going to talk about compliance, KYC, AML, anti-money laundering, PEP, so transaction monitoring sections. If you are here for this course, if you are here and you want to learn more about this, let me see your show of interest in the chat box. But this is it's currently a 5 weeks program where you learn KYC, AML, transaction monitoring sanctions, and GDPR. And it's actually a great field for whoever it is that wants to have a career in compliance. Either you're a foreign trained lawyer, you want to continue in that space, or you previously had bank as experience as a bank teller, as a customer service person in a bank, and you want to continue your career in that space as well, or you just want to pursue a career in compliance. This is the one for you. And the field is an excellent field for individuals with background in legal, finance, or even operations who possess meticulous attention to detail and a strong ethical compass. Is also on the eligible occupation list. Can see code 2419. So for those that had legal experience, we have a lot of our students that have gotten legal compliance roles after the boot camp, legal associate roles, compliance analyst roles in the banking, in insurance, in fintech, and across industries. Even in the health and care, we have some of our students that are sponsored as a compliance professional for their company in the health and care as well. So this training is good for early career beginners, accountants, foreign trained lawyers, foreign bankers or current bankers, CEOs, corporate executives, anyone seeking experience in compliance. And what are the potential pathways, or where have our students gotten roles in? As KYC analyst, compliance analyst, risk manager, financial crime analyst, sanctions officer, AML compliance analyst, data protection specialist, and so much more. This is the eligibility we talked about for the sponsorship. You can see the codes on the screen. And these are companies where our students currently work. This is like a heavily finance, insurance, or related, or even law firms based role. So we have our students in HSBC, JP Morgan, Santander, Bank of America, Bank of Scotland, First Direct, and so much more. And what are the training perks? Virtual live training, pre-recorded videos, real life scenarios. So you get to work on cases like you would do on the job. You get to work on quizzes and competency tests, practical case studies, work reference, certificate of completion, access to LMS, post bootcamp alumni interview prep. And the good thing about all our courses is that you can use our Thursday sessions as also an on-the-job support session, where if you're already on the job, the sessions are there, the links are in your groups. All you need to do is to click on this join and come and tell us, get advice or whatever it is you are struggling with on the job. We also do your CV and LinkedIn for you. And for everything I've said, you already know what the value of the course should be. We have our students. You can see Stephanie, meet Stephanie. Stephanie currently works as a compliance monitoring analyst, and she recently even told me that she got a managerial role. She was also a graduate of our boot camp. And we've got Ademola here on the right as well, currently working as an AML analyst, with RPC. It was also a product of our boot camp as well. So it's currently on a discount for £400, just like the rest. And this is the last time you're going to get that discount. It starts on the 10th of January. So before the end of February, you are all ready to put yourself out there and start, applying to job. And come by the way, the first quarter, the first and second quarter of the year in 2026, there's going to be a lot of hiring, boom. There's going to be a lot of hiring skills, there's going to be a lot of roles out there. So you want to position yourself appropriately for this hiring opportunities. So you can pay in installments, just like we've said with the rest of the courses. If you have any question pertaining to compliance, drop it in the chat box so we can take your questions. The number to chat to secure your slot or to send your receipts to is on the screen, as well. So once you've secured your slot for any of the courses, you can also send us a mail on bookings@rkycareers.com. So that's that about compliance. If you have any specific questions, please ask in the chat box. Let's go straight to the MX Excel and PowerPoint training. This is a training. It's not a boot camp as such. It's just £50, 50,000 naira. This is a highly recommended course because it also gives you analytical skill without you having to go through the full data course at the start. So everybody, so even if you're enrolling for compliance, add Excel to it. And it does not clash. So you can easily add this. Just know that the first quarter of 2025, I want to use it to learn so that I can then start, positioning and applying and doing all of that. Excel is just £50. Put it as an add-on to any course you're enrolling for. Even if you're not ready for a full boot camp, at least take this one and know that you're adding this one. You are starting 2026 by upskilling and adding value to yourself. So the purpose of the training is to prepare you for Excel, and PowerPoint skills. And in Excel, you will learn functions like VLOOKUP, SLOOKUP, index and match, pivot tables, how to build your own beautiful dashboard. All those dashboards that you see, you'll be able to build your own. And it's just for £50. Do you know we have a lot of people that they have skill sets in project management and all these courses, and the skill of £50 is what is stopping them from securing their role. There was one of our students that joined the Excel course. She had Power BI project management experience before then, and just after she added Excel to it and started posting about the dashboard she was building on LinkedIn, she was able to get a job offer in a desired role, which was commanding way more salary. So you need to continue to add skill sets to your current skill set. So there's a lot you will learn in the Excel class. I'm sure you'll come back to tell us how much of a value add it is if you enroll for this course. So it happens 2 to 4 p.m. Other courses are like 4 to 6 or 5 to 7 Saturday and Sunday, but this is just 2 to 4 p.m. Saturday and Sundays. And I think it's starting on the 24th of January or 10th of January. I'm not so sure which one. But please secure your slot. It's just £50. And the best part is that you can even pay in installments. But we prefer if you don't even bother. And you can pay in naira, 50,000 naira. If a 50,000 naira skill set or £50 skill set is going to secure you, an opportunity. It's going to be the key changer to your career in 2026 or be an additional leverage. I think by all means go for it, because how much is £50, right? So the good news is that for all our courses, you can pay in installments, you can use Klarna, ClearPay, Pay Later, and all the likes. And we have a lot of success stories to show for all our work. Beyond all the people you've heard to speak today, beyond all the LinkedIn profiles we've shared with you today, we have loads of our students. Our HR team are working tirelessly to confirm references because our students are getting job. Temitope is either £50 for those in the UK or 50,000 naira for those joining from Nigeria. Okay, so you can see success stories on the screen. We've shown a lot of them in time past, from project management to product management to and so on and so forth. So I think we have it. Please start dropping your questions if you have questions. I'm interested to do the project management, but the Scrum and Agile are in-demand skills that projects and managers have. So the good thing is that in our project management training, if it's project management you're interested in, then that is the best one, because Scrum is part of it. Yeah, do you get? So Scrum and Agile is part of our project management, because when we get to the development stage of our project as well, you will get to do it in the hybrid way, which is both the Agile plus the traditional way. So you get to have both experience, because we know we are preparing you for the job market, and you might get a job that might need agile, you might get a job that will need so, but we don't really talk about it a lot because we have a separate course for Scrum, so we don't want to confuse people. But if you choose the project management bootcamp, there's also Scrum included in it. In fact, our project management trainer is also our Scrum Master trainer. So do you get? So it's also a certified Scrum Master, is also a certified project manager. So you don't need to worry, you will get the agile and Scrum even in the PMBA course. So the RKY post bootcamp support. So when we say there's post bootcamp support, this is what we mean. After the bootcamp is all over and we've done interview prep for, coaching session, graduation, and all of those things, we have continuous support that looks like weekly interview prep, where you get to bring your CVs in, your JD to get mock interview preparation, monthly alumni webinars where we bring different industry experts to talk about everything related to career. Even so, this next year, we are doing beyond career because we know that people want all-round, growth. So from property to finance to like mortgages, everything related to your growth as a holistic community that we have. Free bonus certification courses with certifications, right? If you join our cohorts, for January, you will also have the opportunity to join our Google Studio, certification course happening on the 20th of December. This is open and free to all, and it might be the free certification, the last free we do for the year. We've done 4 this year. We've done AI, we've done cybersecurity, we've done Python, and this is Google Looker Studio. It's one of the in-demand tools that you can have as a data analyst or across board. So secure your slot today to be able to enjoy that, and it's free. You'll get a certification in it, and so we do that from time to time. We give free courses to help our students have more they can bring to the table. And then opportunity to position yourself for visa sponsorship. We have a lot of sponsorship, immigration session. We bring different people in to come and share insights, and you get on the job support as well. And in the circle here is our office. So RKY Careers is not just a side hustle company. We're actually a registered. Of course, we have so many businesses that are even registered as standalone, but we have a physical office in Canary Wharf. Although to visit the office, you need to book an appointment because we operate a hybrid model. We might not be in the office the day you go. So these are short courses we've done. These are courses we've done for free that our students have certification in time past. We've got the projects planning with Oracle Primavera 6. We've got the artificial intelligence, we've got the UX UI, we've got cyber security, and we've got data visualization with Power BI. All these courses were done for free, and if you enroll for this last course, you still get to enjoy it for free. After this, we are bundling it up the way everybody is doing in the industry now, and you have to pay to access, these short courses. Most of the things that has been done in the industry now is not new to us. We have a lot of sessions that are free to our students, right? Okay. Okay, so this is the last bonus course for the year, the lookup function certification class, where you master how to use another tool beyond Excel for VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and so on. Are we going to get a recording of this session so we can share with colleagues? Yes, you are going to. If you registered for this and we have your email already, you're going to get a replay on Monday or Sunday night. And you can also visit our YouTube right now. We're going to put the link down. Subscribe so you can get a notification when it's up. And beyond this session, there's so many sessions that we do, that we upload. So if you want to just be a part of this session and you're not an alumni, you have to pay, for the session. But if you're an alumni, it's completely free. So for those who already have trainings and just want to gain practical work experience, there's an opportunity for you as well to join our work experience phase as a standalone, starting on the March 1st of 2026. But I actually recommend that you join the training because you can see the amount, the discounted price for the accelerator is £400, and right now the course is also on the discount of £400. So why not just enjoy it too? So in RKY, our students learn how to use project management tools to implement their project, and we also have a learning management system, where all our courses are housed. So these are our upcoming events in 2026. Compliance course starts on the 10th of January, Excel 10th of January, digital marketing January 24, products 24, data 17, PMBA 17th of January. So ask yourself, will my current skills be relevant in 2026? Can I clearly show the value I bring to an employer? Am I positioned for growth, sponsorship, or global opportunities? If the answer is uncertain, then this is your moment to pivot strategically. So are you ready to take the next step towards a global relevant tech career? This next success story could be yours. Hope you have secured your slots. If not, what are you waiting for? So the link to our YouTube has been dropped in case you want to get a recording of this and you want to binge watch any of our other sessions I mentioned earlier. We also have a business coaching and accelerator program for those that want to turn their business idea to successful business. This is done under the RKY Business Hub. And come 2026, we are having a goal setting and goal execution workshop. So this is open to anyone and everyone, both alumni or not, where I personally will be teaching you on how to plan, grow, and execute with confidence, and how to start your year right, and how to keep up with whatever you've decided is your New Year resolution, so that by the end of the year as well, when people are counting what they've achieved in the year, you won't be, you won't have anything, you won't have nothing to count. So you also get a 2026 planning book, annual and quarterly goal templates, 90-day execution planner, vision and clarity map, priority matrix templates, and so much more. So for those of you that want to know more about other things I do, as a serial entrepreneur and award-winning person and all of that, you can follow me on Instagram, is Coach Rookie. And the link to this session that I am personally hosting and teaching, I rarely teach myself, but if I do teach you, on how to do anything, just take it. You've heard everybody mention rookie in the session. So this is just £20, just for you to register, just the registration fee, but you'll be getting much more, because this is not just about career, it's about everything, right? Everything in general. So we've got the apply body where we help you apply to jobs. These are interviews we've secured our students in time past, so this is not related to the boot camps in itself. And we've got the affiliate program where you can get people to earn, while you refer them. So you have to create your own referral link. If you know you're coming with a friend, refer your friend and get 10% off. Get 10% of whatever they pay. That's £40 if they pay £400, yeah? We've got a podcast, which we'll be resuming and coming back to in 2026. So here is our office space in Canary Wharf, and that's it. So please, you can click on the YouTube link to subscribe so you can get the recording when it's up. So if you have any questions, now is the time to drop your questions before I call it a day. It's been great having each and every one of you here. I think I have a question from Adeolu. As an immigrant who is doing support work, and that's just 1 year PSW, and how can I do the training, get UK experience, and be able to secure a job position for myself to get a job with sponsorship in this 1 year? Well, the best thing to do is just to start. You just have to start and do something different. Right, you never know. People get sponsorship job in 1 month, in 2 months, and the good thing is that you have opportunity to. If you enroll today, you can already start watching. You can already start watching the course and start watching the recordings that are available to get yourself up to speed with the skill sets. But the thing is, just commit and trust the process as well. Because there's no way you want to get sponsorship, you can't rush it. You don't have the skill set already. All you need, take your time, learn and become an expert enough to be able to qualify for the sponsorship in that field. While you're also exploring other alternatives you might already be exploring, in the first place. So that would be my advice to you. Start as soon as you can. Give it all your best so that you can come out with as much experience you need, and also explore other alternatives. So I don't know if we have any other question. If we have any question, please feel free to ask. If not, you can send us a DM on RKY Careers Instagram, or send us an email on bookings@rkycareers.com. So thank you for the questions you guys are now dropping. What about alumni who has done data and wants to book the MBA? What will be the cost? So the discounts for alumni is actually this £400, and that's because the cost is $599 normally. I'm sure you know that, because when you did data you must have paid $599. So but the cost now is down to £400. But you can send us a DM as well, so that we can talk about any further discounts, that you might want to get. But yeah, the discounted amount is 499 for alumni. Okay. Can I do a boot camp if I am new to project management? Of course, it's very beginner friendly in nature. Is there a consultation service that can help one if needed before enrolling? Yeah, so you can call the WhatsApp numbers on the screen if you want to talk to a consultant. But if you want to book a consultation with me, like a career advisory, it's a paid service. It's £50 or £55, I think. But if you just want to talk about the courses, you can also, if you don't want to talk to me, call any of the WhatsApp numbers. Call the one that is available now and talk to someone. You can call the person now and talk to someone. But if you want to talk to me, you have to book a consultation call. Okay, so I'm interested in product management but skeptical about availability of visa sponsorship roles in the domain. Right, so the product management space, I shared it now. There's a code for product management is still on the list. There's still product management sponsorship opportunity. Okay, I think I'm almost there. So we've got IT product managers, 213 to salary 55K, and then lower band 43K. So there's still sponsorship opportunity in the product management space. So yeah. When is the discount ending? The discount is ending, it's an early bird discount for next year. So the earlier the better. We still have 2 weeks left in this year. So yeah, just try to secure your slots before the end of the year. Okay. So is there a discount for someone who wants to do like 2 of the courses? Yes, there might be, but it depends on how you can combine 2 of the courses as well. So which of the courses are we talking about? Because you might not really be able to combine 2 of the courses. The courses are quite intense, so let us know which of the 2 courses. I will tell you the feasibility of combining them together. Could you please drop the payment link again? Please drop the payment link. So do we have? I've called twice now, no answer. I will call again. Hey, I'm trying to. Maybe there are other people on the phone with the person already. But Oinda, why are all the marketing team, sales team not here? Is it not meant to be all of them that are meant to be on call today?
Yes, ma. Adiola is here. Sarah is still on leave. Timileyin too should be here.
Is Timileyin here?
I spoke to him earlier and asked him to join.
Oinda, put your number there then. Put the RKY number you manage there as well then.
Okay, ma'am.
Right, so there'll be another number you can try in case the other ones you've tried are not working. But I believe that someone is on the phone, the one you are trying. That's why you won't be able to reach. Okay, so based on experience and trends, what training offers more opportunities and job availability with sponsorship? You see the way sponsorship works, right now. It's not about being too keen about what role, what is. There's no role in particular that is about you as a package. Can you drop it as a WhatsApp link? This number is not a WhatsApp link. So it's about you as a brand. What's your experience? How do you add it? How confident are you? Those are the most important skill right now to get a job is your ability to sell yourself. Because if you don't even get the job based on you, there's no way you will get the perks that come with the job. Sponsorship is a perk that comes with a job now. It's not anything special. There's no special way to prepare for sponsorship. You just have to position yourself for a role apply for a role that can offer sponsorship and get the interview. And then wow them at the interview. Okay, so I think for the person trying the number, is the number that ends with 9182 that you should call. That's the number available. I don't think that's the number you were calling. So call this number. I'm not sure I copied it, but call that number or the number, and then you'll get a response. So, like I was saying, so sponsorship now is about being the best candidate for a role. So if it's data analysis, somebody just shared a band 6 data analyst job they got with. That is not data analysis, something analyst. They go with the NHS and they will sponsor them in this same era where people are not getting sponsorship job. So it's about you first of all having a skill set. Focus on giving it your best and coming out as the best. In fact, if there's like a award, if there's an award for being the best person in that boot camp that you are doing, try to aim for it. More like if you aim for it, it's you that will leave with the skill. And then when you're done, the confidence with which you apply to a job that will sponsor you, right? And then you can then throw your nets wide when applying for these sponsorship jobs. Because there's no company that will employ a trainee or a newbie and pay them 60K. You need to be confident, right? So that confidence, you can only get it if you know what you're saying or know what you're doing. So that's what I would say you should use as your best approach. Business analyst is still a viable role. Those are roles that already pay high. Project management as well. Data analyst or business intelligence analyst as well. So to answer Gabriel's question about project manager or data scientist, I'm not sure you'll be able to combine data and project management together because project management already comes with two. It's project management and business analysis. And then we now have data analysis too. And there's a work experience phase. You won't be able to combine. What I would recommend for you, Gabriel, is project management and business analysis and Excel and PowerPoint for a start so that you can also live with analytical skills. But in a subtle, just with Excel and PowerPoint and presentation skills to be able to scale interviews and present. And so after one, you can then go for the other. And we have a lot of people that when they get their project manager job, they now come back with data science to do data analysis. When they get their data job, they come back to them project management. So I'll say combine project management and BA plus Excel. That's more than enough for a start and together. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Thank you, Rookie. I got more information than I expected. Will these slides be available after the training? Yes, the recording, the slides will be on our YouTube. We dropped the link for you to subscribe previously. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get notified. And if you also got a mail to join this session, you will be getting the replay via email as well. If not, try to subscribe to our newsletter at your next opportunity so you can get all these recordings and so on. Okay, so I have a marketing communications background, but I'm confused on choosing between PMBA and product management and Scrum Master. If you already have marketing experience, to be honest, any of the two is good for you. Product management is good because you can then combine your marketing plus product management to position yourself for product-related roles, product marketing role, and you'll be able to use your go-to-market strategy, and then you can position yourself at the end for both. I don't know what marketing communications is, whether it's the same as like normal marketing, but PMBA is also good as well because PMBA on its own positions you for two strategic roles, and you can even position yourself for like media project manager, project management within the media space, within the marketing space, within communication space, which is also a quite unique niche for yourself. Okay, somebody is asking for the link to pay for Excel. The Excel link is also on that same link. If you go to our checkout page, the link that leads you to our checkout page, you just need to click on Excel. And the good thing is that any course you enroll for now, I don't know if this link will work. Oh, it's leading back to Teams. Any course you pay for now, you can start taking that course immediately with the short courses. With the recording that is available on the LMS. Okay, before the next year, you can even have grounded yourself in all of that. In 2026, we're also working on a product that allows people to actually do work experience without necessarily having to wait for quotes after quotes. Something digital We're working on a product like that, but fingers crossed. So for background in HR, which is the best business analyst, data analyst, or any others, like I think I mentioned this earlier. You can do data analysis, and then you can position for roles like HR data analyst, HR compensation analyst, reward analyst, all those kind of roles. And then you can also choose the BA side where you can completely, be an HR business analyst or even be a business analyst, but in the HR side of things. Does that make sense? Anyone is good, really. Anyone is good. So for the compliance training, is there any hope for visa sponsorship in the area? So the compliance training also has opportunities for visa sponsorship. We have a lot of our students as well that have gotten sponsorship roles, either in compliance, KYC, or even, so yes, there's hope for visa sponsorship in compliance as well. I think we share the code. So it depends. Like I said, for any of the course you choose, I think I want us to look at it holistically. And when I say holistically, what am I bringing to the table? What is RKY helping me add to it? If I combine these two, is it the best combination? I'm a biomedical person. I'm giving an example. I have biomedical experience or bio whatever. What can I add to this? If I add product management to this, is there a way I can create a niche for myself in this? Which one is the best to add to this? Okay, if I add data analysis to this, that might make me a biomedical analyst or something. Okay, or if I so it's about which one but for the data for HR, BA is good. Data is good. And don't forget, you don't necessarily even need to be an HR business analyst at the end. You can just be a data analyst, you can just be a business analyst, and you can be HR business analyst. If you go to Google as well, check for HR business analyst roles and see what comes out. What are the salary they're offering? Those are the things that will help you know which one is the best. And check HR analyst roles. Then you will see all these things. You can go to Google together, although the time for this session is over. But these are things that HR business analyst roles, jobs. So you can see HR IT projects specialist. Even if you do the HM for that HR person, right? If you do the PMBA, you can position for this as well because you will learn both projects and business analyst. So you can see 40 to 50K, even a healthcare company. And what will be your role? You ensure system designs aligns with HR business processes. You work closely with HR stakeholders to translate operational needs into technical requirements. That's a BA role. It's actually B, but they called it HR IT. You participate in design sessions. This is like BA role. You do quality assurance and testing. This is what you do as a BA person. You provide training and support for go live events. This is like change management under BA as well. So and you know what? You might even end up getting a role that is not even analyst at the end. But you got that role only because of the analyst skills you are bringing to the table. So I know people that is when they finished the bootcamp, because of the technical plus the conventional experience they were able to now get the first business business partner that they first got, and they sponsored them too. So don't be too keen. First of all, focus on acquiring the skill sets. There will be someone that needs you for what you were before, plus what like your brand. You will attract opportunities that wants your perfect combination. And that's for this. And if you check HR data analyst role as well. So HR reporting analytics role. This one does not have a price. This benefits analyst, payroll analyst, compensation analyst, and so on. Okay, I hope that answers your question. So I want you to explain the work experience better. What companies do we put as work experience and how do we get reference? All of those, you don't worry yourself about that. When you are done with your bootcamp, we will sort all of this out. We'll sort all of this out. The work experience that you will get on your CV depends on the projects you get allocated when you get on the project phase. And the reference, we have an HR department that handles the reference. When you're done with the training, we'll send you the information on how to claim your reference, how to send a mail to. It's like normal company when you have reference or when you have all those information to put there. But that would only, you will get all those information after you've enrolled for the bootcamp. Okay, so I paid via phone and it linked me to the learning platform. Can I also get the learning platform from my laptop? So the same username you used to create your profile on the phone, just using to log into the laptop. So you go to RKY Careers. You go to RKY Careers /courses. You go to accounts. You go to LMS dashboard. And then you log in with your email and password. If you've forgotten your password, you click on forgot password. Okay, so I think I've done justice to the questions. I've been talking since 12 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock now. That's 3 hours at the stretch. So if you still have further questions, drop us an email on bookings.com. Send us a DM on bookings@rkycareers.com. Send us a DM on Instagram, RKY Careers. Drop us a message across the platform. Whatever platform you got this link from, drop us a message there and we'll be happy to answer your questions. I wish you all a great celebration this Christmas and the coming new year. Almost done. And have a lovely, lovely, lovely evening. Thank you guys.